change the dynamic of how they think of the thing.
Shit, well, we'll go ahead and get into it. That was an interesting backstory. We'll keep that for the behind the scenes. But welcome back to the To Be Fair Show. I'm your host, Johnny P.
Oh, yeah, real.
It's Q.
And we back. Do a little housekeeping before we hop into it. For I collect this, Jameis Winston on y'all boys again. But follow us at the To Be Fair Show. We on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and we on Threads. Hit the notification button up there. Subscribe. Talk to us. Let us know what y'all thinking. Comment below. Please hit like on the video. We're going to hop into it.
See. Out of there.
Out of there. All right, cool.
Got his first win in a minute.
I want Tone to go first. Then I go. Y'all fight it out for a second.
See, I always want to get extra fight in. I'll bust your ass. Let's go. See.
Your ass out of here. He stayed strong-minded. He said, "I'm not going to play."
I'm living and dying with the rock.
Got a rock.
And I'll go third, and then who? Oh, then I guess so that make you four. All right.
Hold it. All right, bro. Sorry, bro.
Oh no, scratch that because I think mine's gonna be actually really quick. So I'll go first, and then Tony go.
Okay, that's cool.
I've been inside like well. All right, so one, go to G. I think that I told him that we was going to do this one. I think that this makes for an interesting conversation.
Oh,
right
here,
there.
G should.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
Let me get my right.
I think that this will spur a little bit of a interesting conversation for sure.
Cause ain't no way.
Time I even had those things, but come on. We cannot let these restaurants start adjusting their prices based off of how busy they are. I'm telling you, if Wendy's starts this, who's next? We can't let this happen.
I'm not taking no talk back. You see me blink yet?
It's not gonna happen. What do y'all think about this? Surge-like pricing on a food menu?
No.
Wow. I'm in disbelief, man. Leave your thoughts in the comments.
Here's my initial reaction to it is: have you ever been to a fast food restaurant when they're busy? The quality of the food goes down like tremendously, and like the customer service. So like, why would you think to like
pay more for that?
Charge me more when your quality is going down? I'm just not going to go. I'm not going to wait 20 minutes, pay double. And the shit be trash.
12 o'clock lunchtime.
I'm good.
The bad thing is that meals are already at $10 now.
15. Shit.
Like
you're gonna be
15.
You're gonna be getting $20 a $20 McDouble pretty much. Imagine that.
And then imagine they leave your cheese off.
Yeah.
And then Wendy's one of the worst of the worst.
I just was thinking the same thing. I couldn't tell you. I agree with bro. Like the last time I went to Wendy's, they had like the yellow cups.
Yeah, yellow Wendy's was good.
Oh, no, listen,
it was damn close.
I would still get a 4 for 4. I ain't gonna hold you. If I need something real quick, I get the 4 for 4.
Yellow Wendy's was good, but this new
Chipotle bowl.
I ain't fucking
with it. Chipotle bowl is $20. Yeah, that's a fact.
Was
it's
that
crazy,
what it was?
bro.
It was the fries.
Hey, Tone, click that.
Which one? Oh, what's talking about
here? Yeah,
that Chipotle bowl, $20.
Yeah.
The craziest thing is that I just went in there and got me, my wife, and my daughter Chipotle yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 burritos and a bowl. Yep, 36 and some change.
I already know.
36 and some change.
But yeah, no, I do think that the idea of like the surge pricing is crazy. I heard a theory that kind of was based off of how the pandemic somewhat fucked the game up because of everybody pretty much started using all the food services, as in like
what is it? Instacart? No,
Instacart,
DoorDash, and all of those.
Eats.
But with that, what it showed restaurants is that we're actually willing to pay more for like our regular average meal. Like the pricing of what they have there's actual real wiggle room to it.
But
and go ahead. What do you have?
It's not for the food. It's for the
transport. Yeah.
Oh no, but like so for them that like they
that's
don't
have
like
that's stupid, bro. Yeah, that's stupid.
But it's not really because the reality is that there's especially with like say DoorDash and all that, like there's a fluctuation fee to it. So no matter what, if a person is willing to pay $30 for this $7 burger, I could probably bring my price up to 10. I could probably bring it up to 12.
Oh yeah, they already charge
like
more
it's like it just showed the fact that we can charge more.
They already charge more in the app too. That's the thing.
Yeah, and I was about to say in the app it already is upcharged anyway.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know why DoorDash trying to get off of Uber anyway. They already taking people's money in other ways.
I can't even fraud you, bro. Only time I ever use any of those, like, what is it, DoorDash or Uber Eats things is the Johnny's joint.
Hey, listen, if you haven't downloaded it to your phone, let me know. I got this code. First $30 off.
That's what I'll be on.
Any nigga with a new but that ain't ever downloaded it. Listen,
yeah, let me use your
QJ
code.
done slid that to me. Like you end up paying like $5 for like a 40 like $35 meal.
Bro, I ate for like 2 days, but like both
Crazy.
times I did it.
Hooked, bro.
Crazy.
That's how they get you hooked. You be like, oh,
that's why I can't do it.
It didn't get me hooked.
You can only do it twice. So
yeah,
it ain't got me.
I got $30 off of like $50 worth of food. I was able to eat for like 2 days off of that stuff.
But how many times since then have you used the app?
I'm a DoorDasher, so I don't use that.
Okay, so you don't count. How many times have you used it? You don't use it at all?
No, Taj will order.
But that's the same thing, bro.
No, she has her own account. She's using her own money.
I'm just saying it's the same thing. Y'all live in the same house.
I use it at
so
work.
She's getting food for y'all off of the same. That's still the same thing.
All right.
I use DoorDash. I got Dash Pass.
Oh, I know you use it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I use it.
I use it at work. Like an extra bill.
It's for convenient though. Like I don't use it. I mean, it's this $9.99 a month, and like I don't have like that extra fee. So if I use it more than like 3 or 4 times,
yeah. But I seen the extra fee on. So they got an extra fee on top of what you be getting.
Yeah, there's like you got.
It's already expensive.
It's like
enough.
3 different fees. It's like I don't know all the fees, but
bro.
they take one of them off if you pay the $9.99.
Oh no, they be trying to get off.
Bro, just go and get your food, bro.
At work, I can't. Sometimes I be busy. I be having customers.
I get it. Like I can see.
I can get that. Work. Yeah. I can get that.
Let's go to another one. Tone, could you go to the first one, the first clip?
Q. Yes, I can.
I'm gonna read them out, Johnny. I know that you'll probably get stretch it out some.
Yeah, that's
all right, cool. You can see it enough. I don't know if Tone or you or Rail if y'all real basketball people. So a lot of these might go over your head. Mm-hmm. But first one says, is Drew Holiday the Kevin Durant of Pat Bev's?
I've seen that. Hell yeah.
It says, is Kyle Korver the Tim Duncan? Go to the next one. The Tim Duncan of Max Strus. Yes. Is Ben Wallace the LeBron James
or Robert Williams?
It's a fact. Oh my God! It's Monte Ellens, the Allen Iverson of Deion Waiters. Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's man, you had to do your boy Deion like that.
It's Taco Falls, the Killian Hayes of Victor Wembanyama.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Chet Holmgren gonna be the what's his name? The Cooper flag of Victor Wembanyama.
Cooper's still in high school.
He gonna get there. I was gonna say Chet gonna be like that.
Oh, okay. I got you. Is Sengun the Nikola Jokic of Walker Kesslers? I don't know who Walker Kessler is.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't really know him like that.
All right, so we'll leave that to go into this next conversation. Click the thing with, I think it's Allen Iverson right there. Oh no, that's Kevin Garnett. More basketball talk, just because why not?
One element that's missing from this era, from like yesteryear era, is that competitive energy. I don't want to shake your hand. I might be staring at you the whole time. It was an energy of brain boxing. And this is what I want to say too about not just trash talking, but presence. Bro, when you played another motherfucker that was like that, right, bro, the first thing y'all felt was the presence of each other. You really get to size each other up. I get to really see if you're really that big. Oh yeah, he taller than one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That element is out I'll see Greek and Tatum hug at the end of the game. I'll see Joel and Joker go to, hey, man, you the best. It wasn't none of that shit. One element that's missing from this era, from like yesteryear eras.
What you think? What you think, Johnny?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, I think people still compete, but I think back in the 90s, it was a little different because I think everything mattered about was on the court that mattered. Now you can go lose and you still got a $90 million, endorsement deal. It makes it, you're not really competing that much because like everything else, it's not all about what's on the court anymore.
Yeah.
And so like you can still be that man off the court versus, even if you lose,
I think it's almost like across the board. Actually, Jeff sent me this. I want to say, but he put and drum lines in it, and I think that shit is true as well. Where like I remember back in the day, whether it was basketball or like music and drums and shit like that, you kind of almost hated the other niggas.
That's true.
Mhm.
Like
That's true.
Like it almost would kind of be a fight if y'all was inside. Like you just didn't like them. Like it was such a competitive nature that I didn't want to like actually know you. I already had you inside a box as a villain, and that was the thing that drove you to get better and work and like that whole competitive nature to it was its own little thing. Even like college drum lines, where now they be all inside like the same little like snare line fraternities and bass line cymbal fraternities and shit like that, and they all meet up with each other and just be playing. Like if we ever met up with Cold Steel, it was drum pads coming out, and somebody was trying to be like, we'll shit on you, pretty much. Like now they just be friends and learning shit from each other, just happy
all the time.
Yeah, I don't know, real. I thought I did.
I agree with both takes. I think that both are true. We definitely didn't want nothing to do. Like if we talk about the drumline, John with Harton, bro, didn't want it, bro. Only thing we want to do is strap up, bro. We ain't finna sit here and have no conversation about
human. Nigga, you suck.
You trash, bro. And that's just it. I smoke, nigga. Period. You know what I mean? And you can see that in basketball back then, and I can see where people say now that's not as exciting. I think that is the thing that they're probably feeling that way about, because I mean the players are more skilled. You know what I mean? More athletic. You know what I mean? So the game should be more entertaining, but then you gotta look at it. It's not, that level of emotion is not there. You know what I mean? And that really is like, you know what I mean? That's the thing.
I got a question for you drumline folks out here. Did y'all ever like play on somebody else's drum like they did a drum line?
No,
like you ain't never tat on somebody else,
battling and just
tat on somebody else's
You
drum.
might really get hit for that.
Yeah, probably.
It was like
especially when after you seen it in drumline,
Yeah,
that
it
was the
like
first time you
really
ever
might
seen
get
it.
hit for
They
that.
got hit in drumline. I think somebody came across their face with the drum, with the snare.
But the funny thing is, like, that didn't exist prior to drumline, and then all of a sudden, everybody knew if somebody ever tapped my drum, hey, he gonna wear this motherfucker. Nah, that's fact.
Nah, that was a time to be alive.
For sure.
I guess a quick little sidebar into this. I did hear interesting conversation. Right now in the basketball sphere, I think what's the commissioner name? Silver. In the game competition committee is talking about the concept that maybe the pendulum has swung too far on the offensive side of basketball.
Agreed.
And what I thought that this was, but it's not, is like there's like conversation and there's the appeal to the fact that it's so easy to score a lot and defense sucks so much because of everybody's only going to college for 1 year. So players are still coming into the league and really don't know basketball like that. In comparison to previous generations, you did 3 years in
minimum, right?
Well, like if you was really, really, really good, maybe you did too. But nobody was really one and done in it. You like Iverson did too, but everybody else is doing 3. Like Vince Carter did 3. But in college, they teach defense. Like that, there's a concerted effort. And they even talk about like how the G League kids coming in comparison to like 3 year, 4 years like basketball players today. Well, like the G League players come in and they still don't know how to play a lick of basketball, which is crazy, but like because they don't really teach basketball. When you look at Kuminga, you look at Jalen Green, they can't, like, their biggest knock is the fact that they don't know how to defend it all. They G League players. But when you look at like like the Donovan Mitchells or like anybody that it took 3 years in college, they're actually way better basketball
That's
players.
facts.
So I said that was like an interesting concept.
No, I'll say this is because like in basketball or like in college, just kind of like with college football, it's like there's so many more like different offenses and defenses that you can run.
That you actually
You
you have to like adjust and play against and actually use this thing.
and
In
you
the league,
also-
it's only a 5-out offense now.
You also see a lot more zone in college. Like I was watching South Carolina. Hey, shout out them boys. We're trying to get the SEC title.
Moochie.
Yeah, hey Michi,
that's his name.
Yeah, Michi. That's why I got this red on.
And they got that bottom lip out, but he a dog.
Hey, he a dog.
That bottom lip be out.
We was down 10. We was down 10, like with 12 left.
Yeah.
And Mont went to a 1-3-1. Or like just switch because like and he was telling them, boy, he was like, hey man, I don't want to go to the zone. Like I need y'all to. Hey, I don't want.
I'm gonna actually watch that. I love to see.
He switched that 1-3-1, and we dug in and we came back and pulled that out. But so it tells you it's just like a lot more styles. You have to be more well versed with just the whole, basket, like just knowing the game in general. You can't just rely.
That's why right now I don't really watch league unless it's like playoffs. Like to me, college and high school is so much more interesting.
I watch the Lakers if they but that's about it. I watch my squad. I watch a Hornets game when they got the new boys. But I gotta have a reason to watch an NBA game if it ain't the playoffs.
And I'll top out with this last one. I'll keep it basketball today. Go Lala Anthony with her son. I think that this is like funny.
Hey, speaking of
GOAT basketball player.
Huh?
Funny, Marco pulled it.
I think they were joking.
Yeah, it was a joke.
They was joking, Johnny.
I'm cheering for my boy Tony.
Who you say he pulled?
Lala. They was on the red carpet together.
Yeah, I seen that.
GOAT basketball player. Mine is this kid I know named Cayenne Anthony.
Mine? Oh, you gotta explain why.
You want me to talk about you? Because for 9 months of my life, I threw up every single day, 9 times a day, laid on a cold bathroom floor because I had the worst and most difficult pregnancy ever. That is why seeing you now on the court and being so amazing, you make your mom so proud. And you are my GOAT basketball player.
My GOAT? Oh, I appreciate that. My GOAT is Paul George.
Are you? I'm leaving.
Paul George is the best player ever. Kobe, Paul George.
When are you gonna say
Carmelo Anthony?
The fact that you didn't say your dad first is crazy to me.
I don't obviously to go his levels though. Like he don't even got it. You just threw the cards at me.
He doesn't have.
He don't even got to be talked about. Like he on a different.
But you
level.
don't think your child should keep like your legacy going by talking about you? GOAT basketball player.
That's cold blooded.
It's two parts of the conversation. I like to hear y'all.
He said he don't even gotta.
The funny part for me was like what she was saying originally about how the 9 months. Bro, my mom to this day, when you let's say that she want to ask you, she asks you for something, then you be like, Mom, but you don't even. She be like, for the 9 months I carried you. I've never even heard the song for real in real life. But that's obviously a song, and like she been singing that song to us all of our lives. All of our lives.
That's what song you talking
about. She killed that joke still to this day.
Johnny, I guess I'll let you react. What you think about that? It's a bunch of different ways you can.
I mean, I think it's I think he's a funny kid. I've seen a few of his like little interviews. He's like pretty funny. I think it's cold if like. The motherfucker ain't even say like Kobe or LeBron. That motherfucker said Paul George over Melo. That's cold,
bro. I can't lie. I do like Paul George's game.
He's not better than Melo.
Not saying better.
But right now, I think the kids look at like Paul George is the guy for all the kids.
I didn't know.
Like it's been like 5 or 6 of them that all say that Paul George is their GOAT.
Charlotte, like Brandon.
Yeah, I'm about to say Brandon Miller also said it.
I don't get that. Like,
but
Paul
you have
George
to understand what the actual prototypical new kid is when it comes to basketball. Like it's wanting to be 6'8", 6'9" with Kyrie handles and a smooth ass shot. That is Paul George.
Butter.
Like his handle package is almost at a Kyrie level, but he's kind of like the first one to actually be that smooth. The closest comparison you have would be Tracy, but Tracy bag wasn't Paul George's, to be honest.
Yeah, Paul
But,
George got.
like, he has
I
the
mean,
most
outside
appealing
of like the
looking game.
handle, like Carmelo
We was
is
just
all
talking-
of that, just outside of the handle.
but it wasn't as smooth though.
Like I think the kids just judge it off of like what it looks like who they're all trying to be like.
That's bro.
Like they're all trying to play like Paul George.
I get
Okay,
it,
so
but
let me just say this real quick. So this is my thing, and I'm sticking to. I don't care. Wembyana can do whatever he wants to do, stat wise, and da 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 da. Bro, the game looks really dumb to me. I do not like looking at him play, bro. He looks like we talking about how Paul George looks to smoothness and the it just looks really right. It just looks right. Where he just looks so linky and just like it just looks stupid. Like
He's
even when he
jumbo butter,
dunks, it's like, bro, you ain't even just do much, and then you come, nigga, you ain't get but this far off the ground, bro. You ain't doing that.
Yeah, I think like his 4th, 5th year is going to be a big explosion. That's when he's going to put on like his
That weight.
real
Under the
real
Kumpo
basketball.
man body.
Yeah. Similar like Antetokounmpo. He came in super thin, but like that 4th, 5th year when like he got that to him too, just became an unstoppable beast. He has a skill set though. But it
really
just
bad.
looked like Slender Man.
Yeah.
I'd be scared he gonna blow something out because like when he be landing, sometimes it's just.
But I don't know if you've looked at any of like his pre-workout and his stretching. Like I think his dad like put like a really big emphasis on stretching and especially knee and ankle mobility. To where like they do like it'd be like some excessive stretch that I know I can't do.
They working on this,
but they
beforehand.
are really like conscious of that. But yeah, that
was the first time I think we ever did like sports in any extended length.
I'm down for it.
I'm not. I don't watch none of that shit like that.
So
I just like to joke here and there about it.
I don't watch anime, but that's still.
I don't watch anime.
What do you do with anime?
Fucking nothing. So we don't want to talk about it. And who is on? Oh, so Tone now. What you got for us this week, Tone?
Let's start with Jesse Lee Peterson.
All right.
It's a private video, so I got to pull it up different. Or
Jesse Lee said some funny stuff, bro.
Bro, don't he though?
No, he's one of my favorite favorite guys.
It's one of your favorite trolls, or like literally in real life.
So
like,
I like him. I really don't agree with like much of he says. Well, I guess he has like some really interesting ways of like some points that I might agree with a little bit. But what I like about him is one, he has a tough interview style if you're opposing him. Like
very tough.
He's going to steamroll through what he wants. He asks so many loaded questions also. And how he loads it is almost at the edge of satire towards like, I don't even know if I should be taking it serious. But he's asking like these really pointed, tough questions that you have to sit and think. And he can easily catch you in the trap and make you look stupid if you're not on your game. And so for me, like that's what I enjoy about it. Especially once I know what he's doing. So now if I look at this person, like if Umar goes on it, I'm almost looking at how do you handle the gauntlet? The gauntlet is coming.
Yeah, okay. Let's get to the video.
Beta. I would say that being a black conservative pretty much like categorically means you don't have much common sense. Yeah.
Do you hate black conservatives?
Like categorically means you don't have much common sense. Yeah.
Do you hate black conservatives?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I do love all people, but I hate black conservatives.
What the? You think they should vote like the radical blacks who are voting for Democrats?
Absolutely.
So you're saying blacks don't have the common sense to make good decisions for themselves?
Black conservatives? Oh no, because they have the gall of being conservative while having experienced what it means to be under the heel of a white supremacist state. It seems to me they're the ones who should have the greatest interest in voting against it.
How is it that when I was growing up under the Jim Crow laws on a plantation, that black people did better than they are today? They had families, they got married, abortion was unheard of, they bought land, built businesses, they became professionals, they went to college, those that wanted to go. Why were blacks able to do better then than they are today?
Because white folk got more clever. I'll stop treating them like victims. I'll say, hey, you got to work hard. You got to overcome your status. At the same time, white folk got more clever.
That's got to be the stupidest take I've ever heard in my life. And this is the perpetuation. Look, think about this for a minute. Jesse Lee is a conservative. That dude is a liberal. The liberal theology and policy construction is all rooted with that theology in mind. That's the reason why they push policies, because they think you dumb. They see you as a victim. They see you as less than. And therefore they create policies with you in mind as being less than. That white supremacy is the reason that black people, because we don't have no autonomy. We don't know how to think for ourselves. We don't know how to build anything. We're just under the thumb of the white man 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Look at this beta.
I would say that being a black.
Yeah, what's your thing?
He should have asked him, well, we've been voting Democrat for so long. How come we're still in the same place that we were 20, 30,
Well,
40
I thought he
years ago?
worded it very well. Like as far as
I don't think that he had. I was expecting the dude to have like a really bad point. I don't think his point was bad.
I don't think so either.
The white guy, or
yeah, the white
Yeah,
guy.
the white guy.
so
I also know Jesse Lee, so I've heard like the whole like
I ain't
back
like
when
this
I was
point.
on the plantation. And it's like,
He's
but
doing
it's
better
also
on the
like he
PlayStation.
also says that racism never existed,
Mhm.
and like during that time there was no racism, and he kind of like goes down like this hyperbolic way of explaining 1960 in a way that like there was never lynchings, it was like it was just all peaches and cream. But yeah, I don't know. I think black people should be conservative and can be conservative. I thought because his like I said, his point of what was it? He just is against conservatives, and then he wrapped it into like the whole experiencing white supremacy thing. I thought
I thought he was
that
saying
was a
he
point.
hates
Like,
black
I don't
conservatives.
specifically.
that's exactly.
I thought
what
he
he's
was saying he hates black conservatives specifically, like more than other conservatives, because they're like,
I don't
Because
think
we actually have a lived
That is
experience.
specifically
That's
what
what
he
he was
said.
saying. It's because of a
So
lived
he
experience.
said he hates them worse than any other
that's the
conservative.
way I
He
took it.
said he hates black conservatives. He didn't add the other part, but yeah,
That's
that's
just how I
took it
kind of
too.
took it. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not mistaken.
because it just seemed very specific.
I think that Jesse Lee asked him a question about black conservatives. If he hates black conservatives,
Yeah, he
said
did
yes.
ask him that
And
specifically.
he said, I hate black conservatives, but I love all people.
Mhm.
I think that's exactly what he
That's
said.
exactly what he said.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I took from that though, for him to be like he hates black conservatives, and the reason I played it from a white person was because it was just I think people don't fathom what they're saying. Like I took it exactly how Jesse took it. Like we too dumb to know what we voting for, or we too dumb to explore. Like to sit there and say somebody's voting conservatively because they don't. I keep seeing this comment. Like this is something people keep commenting too. I keep seeing a lot of black people commenting anytime a black person is saying something about voting conservative. Where's the thing of they sitting there like yeah they dumb and they selling out on their people and they don't care about themselves and everything. Like I'm like that's an ignorant way to think. Like to think
Well, I
that
think
somebody,
the best thing is to just ask why.
yeah, but most people don't. Most of them don't.
Yeah.
They sit there and assume like, and I think like yeah, that's the reason I want to play that video. A lot of people don't ask why.
Well, and here's my thoughts on it. It's like, of course, I don't agree with like hating black conservatives. I think that's a crazy,
Well, I think he just hates conservatives, and he put the black on it. So
Well,
that
if
he,
you're supposed to be an ally, you might want to. That's a crazy way to frame your hate for conservatives. I mean, I get you. Was
like if somebody asks me, do I hate Asian? Like, I don't know. Like, let's say I hated what's a Asian far lefties.
you
right?
could say I don't
Like,
hate Asian people, but I hate conservatives.
if they like literally packed it in that, and I just said, yeah, I hate them too, or I hate them, but it's in package of the fact that I hate all of them, everybody that's on that side. I don't care.
Yeah, but I think
that's almost like the
I don't
race
think
baiting
he.
thing.
But I think that another thing that he almost doubled down on the black part of it. Y'all saying that we have the lived experience, so it's
Mhm.
like saying that like you got to be even dumber.
Mhm.
That's
to be
how I took it. Like I
conservative
kind of
because
got offended. And here's another thing before you go. I wasn't done, but like black people, if we look at like you just take politics and red and blue, Democrat, Republican out of it, and you look at like what the majority of black people kind of believe in. I'd say we all believe in like small government for the most part. People don't want a bunch of, don't want to pay a bunch of taxes, don't want a bunch of people in there, saying how they want to live. Most people want to be able to do what they want to do. So we believe in small government, Christian values. Most of the black community I think grew up in the church or around the church. That's another thing where it's like, why wouldn't we vote conservative? Just based on pure values. Because those are the people who line up most with our values.
well, I mean, at the end of the day, we know why. You know what I mean? We know why we don't vote conservative, right?
Is that the truth though? Because I mean, to say that because they're racist, I could argue.
No,
the
no, no,
same
no. That
for-
ain't what I was about to say. That was what I was thinking. I was
Well, that's what he kind of.
That's what most black people think.
Is that
oh,
what?
okay.
That they don't vote Republican because that's where all the racists are.
They're
We don't want to
racist.
vote with racist
No, yeah, that is something
people.
too. as
So,
well.
but like,
I've
if
heard.
that's the thinking, then why would you vote for Democrat? Because like all the major racist people in the South from the '60s were Democrats, and we see how
Wouldn't
their
I
policy.
guess wouldn't the answer be that the sides flipped?
But
If there was
okay,
to answer that
but what
question.
about like how effective have democratic policies been for black people over the last 20, 30 years at the same
Well,
time?
that's a different question. I was just answering that one question that you asked.
Well, I had two of them, but yeah, I had them lined up. So the first one was
So you were throwing a trick out there just to see if they knew anything?
I was throwing the easy one. That's the jab before you come with the right, bro. You gotta throw a jab before you come with the right. But like none of their policies have worked. And if you got this group, you're voting with them, even though they don't
So
necessarily.
you voting for Trump this election?
I don't know who I'm voting for.
All right, so save that, and we'll get to that on my question. I got some. Yeah, I like to pick some brain.
Let's go to the next one. I actually got a few of them combined because the conversation go together. So I'm just gonna play these in succession. And yeah,
Are they politics? Are they political?
No, it's not political.
Okay.
No,
I think we're gonna have a whole topic. What?
nah, this ain't. I got some political stuff, but I ain't gonna go there. I'm gonna come here.
Pause.
This guy. Let's start it over.
You gotta wipe his camera, bro.
Yeah.
About this for a minute, but like I said, this just applies to me. You can live your life however way you want to, you know what I'm saying? But for me, when it come to my daughter, can't no other man watch my daughter. I don't give a damn if you my dad, my brother, my uncle, my cousin, my best friend that I've known all my life. No man is ever going to watch my daughter alone for an extended period of time. I just won't allow it. I don't give a damn if I gotta miss work, if I gotta miss vacation, whatever it is. If the babysitter is a male, she's not going. You know what I'm saying? She will not be a part of whatever the hell is going on. That's why I don't like my daughter doing sleepovers. You know what I'm saying? Even if I meet the parents, you know what I mean, the house she going over, the house she going over. You know what I'm saying? She a male. If there's a male there, she not going.
All right, that's enough of that video. Just y'all initial thoughts on that.
I think this say a lot about men in this country, you know, or as societally, that like if we can't be trusted, like I mean, because it's obviously a pattern of like now we hear like the stories come out, you know, of people when they got left with their uncles and stuff, and we hear about such and such happened, such and such happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just shows, you know, the kind of sad state. And like I say, it might not even be our generation. It might have been the generation before us, you know, that was doing most of that. Like, so I don't know how much, you know, goes on now, but that's tough. You know, that we can't even trust each other with something like that. I mean, and he's not wrong.
Yeah, because I definitely ain't going for it.
He's not wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel you, big dog. Like, I mean, it's sad, but
He
it's
said
reality.
the dad, the grandpa, all
So
of that.
just making sure. So if you have a daughter, you wouldn't allow your dad, like her, to be with your dad by herself.
I probably let my dad do it, but
Yeah, that's okay. I think the dad, the uncle.
Oh no, I understand that.
But I think
like to me,
I'm not saying I agree with it, but I'm saying the fact that you even have to think about it shows.
I think that there's like a specific realm of people for sure. I grew up with my dad, and I trust my dad to have my daughter for sure for an extended period of time. He had my sisters, and nothing ever came out of that. Like I trust like that. I don't know. It's not a bunch of people. There's not a list, but I know for sure my father for sure would be somebody.
My dad would be.
That was it.
Yeah,
I mean, I
like
don't think my dad even would want to try that. But if it were the case, so I'll give it just being me myself. Like honestly, like
probably let Bob look at you.
But I allow Bob to keep Nana with the fact that he has a wife and daughters. If it was just him, then I wouldn't do it.
Even like so,
like the
just
spend
say
the night. And I'm
right?
talking about the spend the night over to. That's when I think of babysitter. I understand like babysitter doesn't necessarily mean overnight all the time. You just be a couple of hours. So in my mind, when I was listening to what he was saying, I was thinking like an overnight thing.
He brought that up, but I don't think that he just said for an extended period of time.
Okay, yeah.
So like say Bob's daughters have gone off to college. His wife works in medical, so I think like just say she's doing whatever, and you got to be at work from 8 to 6 for a little bit. Would you trust in him to watch your daughter? I feel like you probably would, bro.
I would trust him. I would trust that nothing would happen, but I would want not. That is not like my go-to. I don't. For me, I'm not the guy that's like gonna just sign up for men to watch my daughter.
I don't think that anybody is that guy.
Well, I mean, like what I'm saying is that Yeah, it's just that's just how I am. I understand what you're saying. Now that was more of an exaggerated. Oh no, not exaggerated, but it's overstating it.
Hyperbole.
But yeah, that's definitely not like my. I would rather
but
it
that's
not.
what I'm saying.
I would rather
I
it
think that
not
most,
happen.
like
I would
in
rather
general,
it not be
most guys are gonna X off 98% of men to watch
for
their daughter.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
In general, I push back on like my father's gonna watch my daughter.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel any kind of way about that. Again, it's extremely short list. That might be the list. I don't know.
Mhm.
All right, I
But
want to add in a couple of layers to this conversation. Same conversation, but I just want to show 2 more videos with this conversation and then see what we talk about there. Dang. Shit.
nigga Tone doing an unpack.
Yes.
Nah, it's not. It ain't even an unpack. It's just these went together and they all
Ain't
popped
nothing wrong
up.
with it.
They all popped up in succession. So I was like, you know, I might as well share it like this. And why does this thing keep disappearing? Y'all bear with me today. This thing is doing its own thing. All right, refresh that.
These older women dating these little boys is out of control too. Seeing the student walking down the hallway arguing with his phone, I'm like, man, what's wrong with you? He turned his cell phone and said, see, this is my teacher, I'm at school. And it was an older woman, so I thought it was his, his mom or his aunt. Then he hung the phone up or whatever, and he was huffing and puffing. I'm like, what your mom mad about? No, that ain't my mom, Mr. Mitchell, that's my girl. Yo, girl. And she had this little boy so in his feelings that he couldn't even function. I know he didn't do nothing for the rest of the day. So again, we talk about in society protecting our girls as we should, but man, we need to protect our young boys too, especially when we know how much adversity that young black men face in society, and for them to have to mature and grow and be providers, protectors, and be there financially. They don't need that kind of toxic vibe. Unpopular opinion. These older women dating these little boys is out of control too.
All right.
Is that unpopular?
I ain't gonna say it's out of control. Like I don't know how many.
One more video before we hop in the conversation. I'm just gonna go right here, right after that.
What Biden had to say about it?
I'm trying not to go politics.
Don't date a cougar. You ain't black.
Why you ain't stop it? Even if he came on to you, why you ain't stop?
Why you ain't say, hold up, this ain't right? It's nothing in my 21-year-old head that I'm a fuck a 13. I'm not even gonna fuck a 16.
I can't even still hear Malia thinking this shit. Even if he came on to you, think you think he went that far?
Experience. And that's nasty. So you don't know what you was thinking, Ayana, but you fucked him. You knew that was my little cousin, right? Tell the truth. No, you knew that was my little cousin. No, because I'm mad as shit. Y'all don't get this. This supposed to be my fucking friend, and you fuck on my family member who's
bitch,
a
I've
baby.
been to you was a snake.
I looked out for you. You looked out for me, and this how you repay me? You fucked my little cousin. You knew that was my little cousin, Ayana. You knew that shit. You know that's my family. She let you stay there. She asked me, should I let her stay there? I said, I don't know, but if you want to help her, help her. We invited you into our old family for real. My sister done helped you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we can continue the conversation from there.
Everything seemed. I guess the only thing that I disagreed with was when homie said unpopular opinion. Seems like everybody has the same opinion on it. Even her, she's holding her friend accountable of how disgusting it is to actually be a grown woman sleeping with a little boy. I think in general is nasty work. It's just as nasty as if it was the reverse. And that's just my opinion.
I don't know as far as like if it's just as bad as the reverse.
I guess let me retake that, because I want that to be the topic of like the debate, like us getting into it, like if it's as worse. But I think it's highly condemnable. Sure. And I'll just leave it at that.
Nah, let's discuss that. Is it as worse though? I kind of like that.
Yeah, no,
I'll throw that for y'all.
Well, we definitely are going to just agree that at the end of the day, messing with kids as an adult is just fucking crazy. You know what I mean? That's just crazy. I don't care either way, whether it be on the male side, the female is however you want to make the scenario. It's crazy. Yeah, you should, whatever consequences are dealt to you, you deserve them. Like, so if she got oiled up at the end of that conversation and they whooped her real quick, she deserved to be whooped. You know what I mean? And if it was a man and he
deserved jail more so than anything.
Both. We can go ahead and wear this L and let them, you know what I mean, ship you off. I think that's good for you. It's healthy. I think that would be healthy for her. But I still would say that I think that as males, and maybe what the worst thing, and I ain't gonna say the worst thing, the over sexuality that you see from people who had those type of things happen to them, it happens on both sides, male and female. So I've seen where a kid can become very over sexualized in their thinking because of said thing happening, and it be the same for men as it is women. So, but I guess because as a society, we feel that protection as men towards women or females differently than we do males. It's still gonna feel like, for me, my natural emotion is that it's worse for a female because I'm that type of guy. Like, you know what I mean? I'm that type of guy. So that's just gonna be the way it makes me feel, regardless.
I was gonna say, I think it's like, man, if you look at it, I mean, of course, it's both equally as bad, but with the society that we raised in, and even me, when I first heard it, my first instinct was to make a joke about it. You know, I was gonna say, little bro had some Riz game off the charts, but that's not funny. That's not like, but that's my first instinct when I hear it. But like, being the mature, adult that I'm trying to be and grow it into, it's like you understand that there is consequence even for that little boy. Even for the principal, when he was talking about the kid in school, there's gonna be, being sexually active that early is gonna have consequences. Being sexually active that early with women that are a lot more mature than you and running game on you and understand life better than you, it's gonna have its own type of trauma. And like you say, it might not be the way women and men deal with trauma is going to be different, but that man still going to have a trauma. It's probably going to come out in the way he treats women when he gets to be 25, 30, 35. That's when we're really going to see the trauma. And then us as a society are going to come back and be like, well, nigga, say shit. Motherfuckers do all of this and not knowing that these are damaged people that we're dealing with. And they've been damaged from a young age and they get to be adults. And we wonder why they're not, able to, be mature and have these grown up type relationships and treat women the right way and how you're supposed to. And it's because a lot of times they're damaged goods, just like you would say on the other side. It happened to, on the reverse. So it's both sides, it's inexcusable either way. Like I say, a lot of time the male trauma is going to look different. So we try to minimize it a lot of time, but it's still the damage to society is equal.
Yeah,
I'm glad you said that, John, because that's what I think. What I was thinking. Go ahead,
and I guess why I didn't want, and immediately after I said it, I was like, oh, it's gonna get us into like almost like a gender debate of like which one is worse for which gender. And to me, I think in general the concept is way bigger than it needing to be gendered, if that makes sense. And I remember because there was a point where I sat on the side. This probably was like 2015. I remember it was a conversation that I was having. It was me, Jeff, and somebody else. Jeff was probably the first person that I heard take the stance that it was just as bad for male as female. And like my first reaction of it, like I was making a joke, like, ain't no way. If QJ gets some da 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 da, I'm like, good job, son. But like through the years and just like actually kind of maturing my perspective on it, to me, I look at it as no different. In which a lot of people look at it as like, if you see it as no different, then it's not as bad for like one, because a lot of times we end up looking at like, male shit as not as bad. But to me, it's just as bad. And that's kind of the way that I tend to want to make sure I look at it because of my natural inclination. And I think in general, our natural inclination, and we tend to complain about often, is minimizing the black male experience. And the traumas that actually comes with a lot of these different things. Like I know of people that was dating at like 14, 15, 16, 25, 26-year-old women. And they ended up dropping out of school and like shit went downhill from it. Like these things actually do have a real impact as well. Yeah.
Oh no, and the only reason why I want to say I actually think that it was good that we did have the conversation because it actually it you know what I mean, gives us the chance to explain it out in thorough, like the way that
Yeah,
she
yeah.
actually explained, the way that Johnny, you know what I mean? I think that is it's healthy, even though it's like, you know what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying. I guess I was just saying I didn't want it to be like literally turn into a
versus
verse.
thing.
We
I
didn't
got
turn it into that, so it was
Good job, fellas.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I still wanted to get my take on it a little bit.
Oh, go ahead.
I ain't said nothing. But yeah, that was like Johnny really alluded to the point of why I shared the video in the first place. And even like that first video where he was like he wouldn't let any man watch his child. I'm like, you gotta be weary of these women too, point blank. Like, I'm like, it's a lot of stuff going on here.
I see what you brought it all the way.
Yeah, you need to be wary of the people who are around you, and if you trust them, you know, like you got to be wary of the people who are around you.
That was a
point
good
blank.
long play.
Yeah, that's basically what it came down
What
to.
he
Though.
did there, I like that. They wrapped it all the way back. I like it.
And the only thing
the
only thing is I don't like
Real about to shit on it. Now,
No,
come
no,
on,
no,
Real.
I ain't about to shit on
Let
it.
him breathe, man.
I ain't about to shit on it. I'm just saying, like, I firmly do. If y'all gonna notice, like, for the way I like to have a conversation, we can talk about men without talking about women, and we can talk about women without talking about men.
No, I totally brought up that conversation though. Really, I brought it up to discuss women.
Okay,
I wanted to discuss that duality because it's something that we typically look over, and like a lot of men who end up doing stuff as they get older, and a lot of these men that women complain about were molested when they was younger by grown women. Like this stuff happens, and we don't discuss it, and we don't talk about the actual ramifications of that.
I think,
but yeah, that leads to women being hurt in the future too. So it's like we got to address all of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotcha. Look like we got a comment.
Oh yeah, we live in a society as one of equality. Women need to be held accountable as men have been for years. Just disappointing and disgusting.
Totally agree.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna shift gears. I got one more video. This should be quick. I don't think y'all gonna talk about this too long, but just wanted to share it real quick.
I know a lot of people haven't reached a level of self-awareness where this will make sense to them, but walk with me for a moment. One of the most dangerous things you can do in this life is figure out how to make money. Because due to the necessity of money, once you figure out how to make it, you have to keep doing it so you can keep making it. And because money is seen as a scarcity and is seen as hard to make, a lot of people don't want to experiment with different ways to figure out how to make money once they know how to make money. So in the event that you figure out how to make money doing something that you don't enjoy doing, now you kind of become a slave to the thing. For some people, it's a 9-to-5. For some people, it's a side hustle. For some people, it's relationships. For others, it's crime. And so if you find a way to make money before you find out what you want to do as your daily work, not find your passion because you don't have to monetize a passion. But if you find a way to make money without figuring out what you want to do day to day, you run the risk of losing your life to that thing, which kind of brings us back to the high level idea that succeeding at something without knowing who you are and what you want is so dangerous. Kind of better to be a late bloomer because then you go through a longer process that teaches you who you are as you find success. I know a lot of people haven't.
I think that's good if you don't have responsibilities.
Yeah,
if you're young and ain't got responsibility.
I think that's part of what she was alluding to.
Yeah, it's like the idea of like the
let
way
me
you said like
say
not kicking your kids out early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you and I was listening to
so what's the advice for us? It's advice we should give the kids.
Oh yeah, we passed that time.
That's
we
all
about past
well,
that.
I won't say that. I've definitely the part of the reason I share this because I've actually experienced it. Like I like recently I've been kind of going through that where it's been a thing where I'm getting out of it now. But for a long period of time, I've been doing DoorDash just because I kind of had to do that.
But you ain't have to though.
Nah, it came to a point where in order, like I was able to make money stably. Like I figured out how to make the money that I was trying to make. Like, okay, I had my business and everything, my graphic design business. It came to a point where there was a point in time where I wasn't making money fast enough in this business. So I had to go make money another way. But then what ended up happening was like, okay, I got comfortable with the fact that I'm making money this way and I'm making more money on this than I am doing my other thing. So it ended up being where this got to be the focus because I got bills that's coming up. I got responsibilities still got to be handled. Now I'm stuck in this thing and I really want to be doing this. But this is where the money is coming from faster. So it led to a point where my business got put behind. I lost my website. I'm just now getting after like 2 years of like repairing stuff that I had messed up just from starting that. So yeah, it's not just a kid thing. This is something that happens. Like y'all never experienced it?
No, Johnny was. I ain't saying nothing because Johnny had his hand up. He was trying to make sure we acknowledge. Go ahead, Johnny.
I was just waiting. I was making sure Tone was done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just I ain't
bro.
cut him off. But I don't like the use of the word dangerous? Because it's like we putting too much on it. Is it ideal if you get stuck making money doing something that you don't like? Like it's not ideal. Life could be better, but dangerous.
Right,
You know what's dangerous? Not making no money at all. like motherfucker, having a job that you don't like that don't really pay. That's the type of dangerous shit. Like I don't like the dangerous. Like that shit just kind of me. Like dangerous. Like we too soft, bro. It's like good grief. Motherfuckers used to go out there and like weld shit and like, and we
They still do that.
But it's not dangerous. You know, even if you don't like it, you
This
getting
is-
paid.
No, that is actually dangerous. But go ahead.
But the fact that like you know it's dangerous. But I'm saying doing a job that you don't like is not dangerous unless it's a dangerous job. But the fact, like, if you motherfucking selling cars, oh my god, I hate taking these ups. I hate these motherfuckers. Not dangerous. It just kind of sucks a little bit. But the fact that we're able to make money and like we gotta put it in context too. Like the fact that we're in this country and we're making money where it could like motherfucking living in Sudan is dangerous. Living in Gaza is dangerous. We talking about you able to have a job and we gonna complain. Like, yes, if you want to make more money, you want to do something you love, follow your passion. But to sit up there and say, man, this job I'm working is dangerous because I hate it. Like we gotta look at life differently as a society.
I ain't think she was saying that. I thought she was saying it more so in terms of like you're in danger of not succeeding at the stuff you actually want to if you're spending time on something you don't.
I took it as more like a mental health,
that's what I was
wellness,
thinking
like
too.
danger. Like you're in danger of losing yourself.
And so, like, I'll go. Are you done? Go ahead.
You hate it still.
But see, you know something too that I realized is that like when you so like I'm the type person where I like learning a new thing, right? Because I want to figure it out. And so when I start my previous in the previous industry, I didn't know that I was gonna like not like it. You know what I mean? And initially it was cool, like it felt like I loved it. You know what I mean? I loved it, but it took some years of doing the thing to start to realize that like, okay, this is no longer. And then it's starting to like my family life is getting worse. You know what I mean? My wife can see a difference in the way that the time that I'm spending with her, the amount of time that I'm needing for myself to continue doing what it is that I have to do and contribute to my family. And it becomes like to the detriment of, even though at the end of the day, it ain't the absolute detriment, like you said, because I'm able to pay these bills though. You know what I mean? We eating, we ain't nothing getting turned off. You know what I mean? So it's still the benefit is there, but I do understand. And see, I think that in socially, it's crazy how we get to what she was saying, like you mess around and you get in a career field and you just get used to just doing this just because this is the way that you make money. And you mess around and stick in this industry for 10, 15 years and be miserable. You're even because money ain't gonna solve miserability. You know what I mean? You're going either whether you got making good money or bad money. If it's the job that's getting to you, it's gonna be getting to you whether you making good money or not.
I got a couple questions for you specific, and I got just for real because
it's gonna be the same thing. I was gonna just say something about what he just said real quick.
Let me just add because
like, who's gonna go?
Because you said like you could it affected your the family life.
Yeah.
So what was it that made you change? And then also, what does it that keeps other people from not making the same change that you made?
Hold on, you said what is it that made me change?
Because you switched careers, right? You said one was going where you didn't like it, even though you was making money. You came to a point where you made the switch, and I'm saying we're talking about people who don't make the switch, and what is it that keeps them from making? Because you made it,
right.
Those apparently everybody else can't do it.
I think it's dangerous. I think it's fear. I think to go from one complete thing to another complete thing is fearful, and you don't know. You know what I mean? You feel like you're risking so much, and so like literally, and then the amount of work that you have to do. Like I had to get the CDLs. Like they added you. It's leg work to get to a place. You know what I mean? It took me a few months to do it. But I'm just saying. But I also have a passive income to where we ain't losing stuff. So it's hard to just. I could only imagine. That's why it's hard
that
to.
Probably is like a really big piece.
Yeah, that is the reason why I was able
like
to do it.
You have like a security blanket that's kind of like you're gonna be all right regardless.
Right.
So it does give you like the ability to take more chances.
That's literally the only reason why I actually was able to do it. Like I got a homie right now. I got a homie right now, love him to death, and he's in an occupation that he wants to get the CDL, but the thing is that you got to have time to study. Then you got to be able to go up to the DMV and actually, you know what I mean? So can you even afford to take days off of work to go and do this? You know what I mean? And then it's just I think that and then your responsibility. You know what I mean? You got kids, and then it could be all.
Well, that's
kind
why
of
you couldn't take days off and different things.
Right,
Like,
right. So it's not easy at all.
A switch.
It's
Unless
not
you
easy
if
at
you
all.
get fired and you can get that unemployment, then it's
right. Fact.
Now you got that passive. You can do what you want to do.
I was just realizing something on this dangerous thing too, though, where we was just talking about a second ago with the dangerous thing, and what you said, like your mentality when you were still doing the job that was making you miserable versus your mentality after you was able to go into the new position and able to do a new thing. That was the dangerous thing, to be thinking with the mentality that you had at the time.
I would say it probably, I can understand where you could use the word, because it was literally like my family was going to fall apart. It was falling apart. Like that would have mean separate households for my children. That would have mean, you know what I mean? That could be dangerous.
Yeah, dangerous to ruining your whole type of living and everything.
That's true.
Like,
that's true. So I could see that too. I get why you feel the way you feel about it, but at the end of the day, like the reality of it is still like it's not dangerous as in like you're gonna lose your life because you know what I mean, not getting no money. You know what I mean? You can lose a whole bunch. Now that is dangerous.
That's really dangerous.
Well, I mean, losing your family and all kinds of shit. Oh no, for sure. I feel like we had to get there to like that wasn't where we weren't thinking about that right off, and then we had to just get there as the conversation moved forward.
Oh yeah, but I'm done. Who's next?
They put me last, so
Oh yeah, you won.
I'll go.
How many times you done beat Rail in a one-on-one?
I can't even count, bro.
Dang.
This really had 2 1-on-1s. I can't even count. God dang. Hey, that's how niggas be on 2K, bro. What man? I dubbed this nigga by 8 times, bro.
Oh man, let's see where I want to start off with. Hey, I'm gonna start off like go to the first one.
This nigga Johnny, this could be a hit or miss. Johnny
getting invited to a Diddy party and finding out you the hoes got to be crazy.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
You the hoes?
You the
hoes? You find out you the hoes.
You the hoes.
Oh, that's real tears right there.
Oh man, that's tough. That's tough. Hey, click my boy Russell.
Hold on, let's hit the comment before you move forward.
Okay.
That's about the last conversation.
Money is nothing to a person who never had it.
That's facts. I don't know. Maybe
I don't
not.
agree.
It might be everything.
Everything to a mother that never had it.
It might be nothing to somebody who always had it.
Who has it in abundance? Yeah.
Yeah, you mess around. A Black was talking about he blew that 100K. When you blow, and the post was about blowing your first 20 or blowing 20. Like, dude, when you blow a bag, like
A Black said he
blew his first 100. Yeah, like
what did he get?
100K? I don't know.
How he got blessed with the 100K?
I don't know.
Should have put that down on a house or something.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Hey,
ain't that much looking cool?
That's
for me,
tough.
motherfucker.
I know I blew 20. That first time I had that 20. I don't even know. I don't know where the fuck it went, bro. I blew that one.
Hey, Tone, keep on scrolling down a little bit.
Oh, we ain't doing Russell no more.
No, I changed my mind.
You seen that white man in jail?
Oh, you got this Claude Anderson interview too. That's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, scroll up. It's gonna be on the left. No, down. I mean, scroll down. Down. It's gonna be under dude in the foot. No, it's gonna be under light skin, brown skin chick with the red hair. Keep on scrolling down.
Oh, under her.
Well, it's under the girl in the hijab.
They ain't never coming.
Right here. Yep. Chocolate Sundays. I think this is a good one. This is a good one.
Date men that don't like you. You are. If a man asks you what you bring to the table, he don't like you. Because dudes actually like you. Your money's no good with us. We don't care if you're selling fries. If you thick and you on them fries, hey, you ain't got to do this no more. Hey, go on, put the fries down. Come on home. We got you. Also, too, ladies, you're dating men that don't like you. You are. If a man asks you what you bring to the table, he
okay.
Well, I think that's I'll keep it fair. I think that's the problem with both sides. With the internet society, I think people are dating checklists now, and they're not really looking at the person that's like on the other side of the checklist. He's 6'2", he's got 100K, he's this, that. Hey, he might have like characters never on any of these checklists.
Bro, that sounds like a good title.
Like
dating checklist.
like characters never on the checklist. You could be 6'6", have 2 million in the bank and be a piece of shit, and I'm getting all of them.
You know, the funny part is that's all on that's secondary. I'll figure that, you know what I mean? He got these things.
He got these
so
things.
This is, I'm interested now. He can get my time, but I'll figure out those things. And then you may feel like you can change those things about him.
And I was gonna say, men do it too. We date bodies, we date people, we date sex, we date the type of sex this woman has, and we not dating like what kind of character this person gonna have. She may be raising my daughter. She may be raising my son. We don't date character. We don't date the person. We date the checklist. She thick. She beautiful. She ain't slept with everybody, but she shitty with character, and like so a lot of time we dating the people that we like and that fit our list, but not that actually like us back or have that reciprocity.
Yeah, bump that. Give me the strong 7.
You know, so
I take the strong 7, bro. Y'all can have that hot 10.
That's a 6. That's the 6 you talking about, Tone.
Hey, nah, they be talking about find you a strong 7, though.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't talking about Kevin. They was like, I ain't talking about Kevin Samuels. They say find you a strong 7.
Yeah, I think it's much better than not be able to use 7, bro. It makes it fun. At least it makes it more fun.
It's a choice.
Go to the comment.
He sounds like a man who accept a woman who has nothing but looks. He sounds very unintelligent to me.
Who, me?
No, he's talking about the
meme.
Oh.
You forgot that you had a whole meme up there. Find to the meme.
You know something else that I've seen a lot of guys do. I can't speak on the women's side of things, but like a lot of homies out throughout the years, I've seen a lot of dudes that will date who chooses them. And I think that is very much so very destructive. You know what I mean? You'll see the guy
That's
that literally
liking everything.
Well, I think
so it's just like whoever, whichever out of this wide ass net.
Yeah, I mean, but I think that
really
a lot of the times,
whatever female gonna give him pussy.
But I think a lot of the times is that like for a lot of dudes aren't like outly pursuing women like in real life. A lot of guys aren't literally.
I agree with that.
So the thing is that when she shows, whoever shows interest in me is who I'll just, you know what I mean? I'll just go with that because it is what, you know what I mean? It's what's being presented.
Niggas act like that Eddie Murphy, what is it, Raw?
Mm-hmm.
We was talking about the Ritz cracker and the saltine.
That Raw delirious.
Or is that whichever one it is? And niggas act like that first time they've been out in the desert for 28 days and that saltine, it was about to get to 'em. That saltine started tasting like Ritz. They be ready to take anything, boy.
Oh shit.
Nah, I ain't talking junk about it, but I think that is very much real. I think that a lot of guys don't actually actively pursue women like in real life, like trying to go and talk to women and stuff. That ain't really a thing that we do. So like if she shows interest,
they should.
Oh, and I'm glad we right here. I got a meme for this one. Tone, if you could.
Oh, you about to switch? No,
I'm not about to switch. It got to do with hollering at women.
Okay, go ahead.
Scroll all the way up
as
to
long
the
as
top.
you stay there.
And you see the woman right beside nigga and hard R.
I tell my husband all the time that if a man approaches me while I'm out by myself and asks me for my phone number, I'm going to give him my phone number. And I'm going to give him my phone number not because I want him, but because I want to make it back home to my husband and my children safely. Some men cannot take rejection. I tell my husband all the time that if a man approaches me while I'm out.
That's crazy.
I'm saying like, yeah, I mean,
do it somewhere else. I just want to talk about niggas not talking to women in real life.
But the ones that do, they scary. She said.
I don't think so.
She said you got to watch
it. I don't know.
So you don't agree with?
Honestly, I think that a lot of the times we
Which conversation are we having right now?
I think he was talking about the last.
So we saying on that. Okay.
Hold on, I'm lost. So you were just talking about the girl.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh yeah. So I think a lot of times we exaggerate things, and I think that you like when you look at the statistics, like when they say like crime is getting better or going down, different crimes are going down, and we would think that just based because we get news from everywhere that everything's so much worse, everything's getting so much worse. Everything, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like I don't know no dudes that I actually know in real life that will holler at a woman, and then if she says that she's fine, that he gonna be, bitch,
you gotta be like aggressively dubbing niggas.
Yeah, like that's gotta be. I couldn't imagine that like
be evident. It used to be like this was like the 2014-ish era where like it was like a little time where they'll be like trying to aggressively dub niggas. And
I ain't never had to deal with no shit like that.
I haven't never had that.
I've never been like aggressive,
but I remember like online it being like a thing, like within like the conversation space where y'all continue the conversation, and I'm gonna think of an example.
Yeah. Only time I've been hard turned down is it was some shorty. They see me in the car, and I was pulling up. They was like, "Yeah," and they pull over, and I hopped out. I guess
you ain't hit the 6
I guess they thought I was tall and shit or something. I got out the car.
Oh no!
Oh man.
That had to hurt.
But here's also.
I thought I was the man. I was like, "Oh, y'all want to holler at your boy?" I was like, "What?" I'm like, "Shit, y'all pull over." And I hopped out doing rap.
They start laughing in your face, bro.
I was like, "Oh no!" I was like,
"Oh man,
y'all go ahead and get out of here." Nah.
But here's my thing also. Just speaking about like learning how to holler at females.
That's tough, bro. I'm sorry that happened to you, bro.
That was the worst, like hard. I ain't tripped.
I'm sorry,
I ain't
bro.
tripped. You could have, she ain't have to act like that because I ain't tripped. I just took the
That
L.
was hilarious.
That hurts though.
I'm sorry, bro. You still carry that with you though.
I ain't told nobody that to this day.
You ain't hopped at a car once since somebody hollered at you.
Nah, like, y'all come here. Y'all come here.
It's like when a nigga be sitting in the stool and then he stand up and still be the same height.
Yeah, that's bro. I'm sorry, bro. For real. It's funny, but it's not really, bro.
I mean, what I'm gonna do? I ain't tripping.
But I guess going to the topic a little bit, I think that back in like when I was younger, or if there was ever a moment that I would have gotten like some version of an abrasive turn down, it would have been like early when I was just learning how to holler at females, and we was doing like the after the club, a red dress, a shorty with the da 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 da, a light skin, like I definitely remember like that probably was like 05, 06. When you had to like learn the layers of actually knowing how to talk to somebody.
You asking for it at that point too. You asking for it. Like
it was a hit or miss. I ain't gonna hold you.
A red dress. Like if she come back and be like, nah, I'd be like, okay, all right, my bad.
But sometimes listen, it just depends.
Yeah, it depends because it would work too.
It would definitely
work too.
But if you was gonna get hard dub, that would be a moment. If
that
there was
makes
no
sense.
interest and you was already like hollering out, yeah, that would. But anytime I've like approached females inside like a normal manner, it's never like a
respectfully.
Yeah, y'all do know what some of these guys exist that she was talking about though. Like,
oh yeah, but I mean,
no,
I think
that they're more outliers.
Yeah, they're more outliers. That's
I
all
would
the
say
point I'm saying.
No, they
then
do
too,
exist
then
for
too,
sure.
something I figured out too though is like you kind of see what you hang around more so than you see other stuff. So
Well,
it's like the
but
type
I be out at the club. Well,
not even
I
that,
used
though.
to be out at the club, like say like between 05 and 2011, 12.
Even that,
I
though.
was definitely in like.
Who was the
all
people
of
you was hanging around though?
Who was the people? I don't know. It'd have been like the RDU mixed between like the not teenagers, like the early 20s and the college crowd.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the night.
My main thing is you've never been the type since I've known you to hang with just like the rambunctious ass crazy.
Oh, all right,
dude,
my
like,
bad. So I'm saying that in the sense of like I would be in the arena where everybody, like all of them would be.
Yeah.
So like it'll still be the hood niggas at the spot too.
Oh yeah, but we don't necessarily see some of that stuff. That's what I found out. It's a lot of stuff that I found out. Like dudes really be doing this, and I be sitting there like, man, ain't no dude doing that. Then you come to find out,
No, you're right. You're right.
These guys actually be doing that shit.
Like niggas will lie to their friends about what they actually
yeah,
doing.
you find out. Yeah, these dudes
It's
actually
like
doing
that
it.
nigga kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah, like
yeah. You a shitty nigga, dog.
I'll end it with this. And this is what I tell, and I think when it comes to women, especially
I want to end it with something too. After you,
and I want to end it with something too.
Okay, well, I'll state this.
All
I'll just leave it there. But this is one thing where, because I've seen a meme where the women were like, "What would you do if there were no men around?" And she said, "Take a walk at night." And it's like, and to me, like I hate that thing where like women, where women like act so scared.
But that's fair.
But the only reason
you were not letting your daughter at 16 years old walk around
as a man, I get scared to walk at night too. The difference between a man and a woman is we usually have a gun, or we usually have some kind of level of protection. That's what I tell women.
I'm gonna walk around my neighborhood at night and be all
I
right.
live in a nice neighborhood.
But even here at night, it wouldn't even matter. Like, say Isla is 15 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, Johnny, your neighborhood ain't dangerous. You've been
what I'm saying. No. What I am saying.
You just say that a minute.
What I am saying is, yeah, I did say that. Yeah,
I had a message.
I did. That's a good one. That's a good one. But no, what I'm saying is, I think women because the reason men aren't scared of other men is because we know how to protect ourselves. A lot of men carry guns. If more women carried weapons, this whole I'm scared of a guy. I think a lot of the violence against women would change if a couple dudes got popped in their ass trying to do something to women. I think if it happened to 3 dudes, I think guy number 4 before he do something to a woman.
Most women be having like full weapons. Have you seen a woman's purse? They usually be having like 3 levels of weapons in it, motherfucker.
They don't be carrying.
Yes, they do. A lot of women carry guns. Yes.
Well,
that's what
they need to start shooting these predators. Then they need to start whipping it out.
I mean, we also have to hold each other accountable. That's the first answer.
As a man, yeah.
The first answer is for us to make the change that is necessary for them to be feel safe.
That's
feel
the
more
biggest
safe.
answer.
Yeah, that's really, you know what I mean.
I agree with that, but that's just something I tell my nieces. Like, hey, look, you got here on your own. You live in Atlanta. One of them live in Nashville. Y'all live alone in these major cities where
But
stuff
you ain't
happens.
telling her to go walk out at night by herself.
No,
either.
I'm saying
even if she had the gun.
Even if she had the gun, yeah,
Right,
don't do
that's what I'm
that. Don't
saying.
put yourself in unnecessary danger.
But if you had a nephew that was out in Nashville that's 22 years old and he just wanted to, like, you know what I mean, do whatever. If he wanted to go to the bar by himself, you be like, oh, go do that, cuz. Or go do that, nephew. It wouldn't be a thing. It's a fact.
I don't know. I got some.
I think
my only thing before I'll say it real quick. I do think that it is healthy for all men, all guys to learn how to talk to women in real life. Learn how to holler at women. Like it might be like a year process, 3 years, 7 year, 10 year, and it evolves as well.
Well, what does that look like in 2024?
And learn how to take an L with no.
I guess I'll say that I can't talk about men, but I know the kids are doing it. I shout out to the kids. The kids that I be around, they will go holler at each other. I remember QJ and his friends coming back after like going to like Big Air and shit. And like as a dad, y'all be like, hey, y'all ain't getting no numbers. And like, man, he was scared. I went over there and talked to him and and like to me, I enjoyed like that thing still happening with the youth. But we also sometimes we forget that the kids are still somewhat inside a bubble of like they have to interact with real people daily still. Like they still do have those social groups. Us as adults, we don't. And that's where it kind of like gets a little fucked. But yeah, I don't know if you had something we want to go to the comments.
Oh no,
okay. First one, she sounds like she's making an excuse. She could just give the number to a burner. I was thinking the same thing.
Niggas be calling that number though, right?
Yeah, but
there.
I think that's why she's saying that she do it is because of like if
niggas be calling right there.
But yeah, it's really it though.
Bro, that's
I can see if you in the
bro.
back
It's
alley.
not that serious, bro.
Only if you in the back alley by yourself.
But it's some corny dudes out here. That's why I feel bad for what she said.
Bro.
I'm like, it's really some corny dudes out here who
My
would
thing
get mad.
is, if you give me the burner number and I call it and they don't, like, first off, I'm not gonna call it with you standing here because it's not that fucking serious to begin with. Why would you?
I've done it before.
Why would you call to make sure it's real?
It just depends on how soon you trying to close the deal. Also, like,
right. I'm about to say usually you're not calling to see if it's real. Like you'll get the number and you're calling to be like, "Hey,
lock me in." Okay, I can
so when I message you, like you know it's me.
Got you.
Yeah,
now that makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay, and then the next comment: learning how to talk to a woman is something that was passed down from old generation to my generation. That's the problem. You don't have older men or fathers to teach these young men how to do it.
Or older brothers.
Yeah, I definitely
that was like how I learned,
bro. When I say that was one of the biggest problems I had growing up, and it actually affected my adulthood. Like I still be thinking about it. My first crush, I'd never told her I liked her, and I'm like the whole time we was in middle school, I liked her. The whole time we was in middle school, never told her I liked her.
Hey, what her name was, bro? You can do it right here.
Nah.
I still know what it is.
The crazy part though is her brother watch our podcast. So.
Oh, okay.
Give a shot, bro. So shot.
Nah, the thing is, I would tell her now. I don't feel that way now though, but I would tell her I had a crush now. Like I done got a lot more confidence.
He said 40 pounds later. It's a dub.
2 baby daddies later.
She only got 1 baby daddy.
He been keeping up with it. He gonna shoot the shot.
She a bachelorette.
She was cool. We was in band together and everything. Matter of fact, I ran into her doing the Amazon.
What if I could just start naming names?
I was gonna say you done narrowed it down a little bit.
I tell y'all off the thing. I'm not gonna put her out.
Was he in the clarinet section?
Dang, did she play? No, she played flute.
Flute.
She wasn't in. She didn't go to our school.
Oh, okay,
Her brother went to our school.
Okay,
Hey, that was easily to go ahead and start shrinking that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
it was ready.
It's only 4 now.
Yeah.
Oh, nah. Like by the time I got in high school,
I'm
it
like,
was
yeah,
like,
I know it ain't Shawty because she fucked up. Dude.
nah. By the time I got in high
Like,
school,
bro,
it became a thing. Like, you just figure out the girls that like you, and then you kind of holler at them. Like it was one of them things. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm feeling her. I just need to find out if she like me, and then I'll say so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know as a man, the thing that I do miss, and this is from like even like when you're middle school, like to be an adult, is the literal thrill of the chase. Like Johnny, you still out there, so you still get to do it a little bit. But it's like that. Like when you gotta psych yourself up to go holler at Shorty. Like that first
Hey, you ever did a
first
countdown?
conversation.
You ever did a countdown like fuck it, bro? I'm sorry, bro.
3, yeah,
5,
I did that.
4.
Or as soon as this song changed.
Yeah. You got to give yourself some kind of time period. Like, don't you being a bitch in your mind? You like, bro, don't be a bitch. You being a bitch, bro.
Yep.
Robert, I counted down to steal a dude
like
because he
you
said.
feel alive.
I done done that too,
Bro,
I
this
will
dude
say
said
this.
something to this girl I like. I counted down to steal him. I said, if I hear him say it one more time, he
I wasn't
said,
gonna do it over no female though.
You gonna punch him?
I did punch him. He was what he was saying, bro.
Whoa.
It was what he was saying. I got up and hit the nigga, bro. Like, nah, it was what he was saying, bro. We was joking on the bus, like, you know, like we would sit there like such dick, and then like just joking
Did
like
you
that.
tell him don't say it? Or you
I
just-
told him don't say it no more when we got in the bill. I was like, okay, bro, you know, we done playing now. Like, I don't want to play no more.
It was because she was there.
He went up and said it to her, and I heard him whispering it to her at the pencil sharpener. So I got him
the pencil sharpener.
Hey, bro, probably dead fresh too.
Bro, it's hot. He was over there with the cool face too. I said, man, if I hear him say this joint one more time, I'm gonna get up and steal him. He said, I say 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, damn.
Hey, that's healthy to know everybody did the countdown for different reasons.
Yeah.
You psych yourself up.
Let's see. Who we still on Johnny, right?
No, I'm done. I'm tapped out. We go.
Okay.
I'm gonna gracefully bow out to Brother Rail over here.
Say submit.
I'm not to you, nigga.
I remember y'all did that to me the other week. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Let's see what I got on here, bro. Go ahead.
This motherfucker.
Yeah, he got to
It's
go.
having fun.
He got a
He got a tail. Where the fuck the tail come from?
A spider web.
Yeah, stay focused, fella. Stay focused.
Bro, I swear I need something to kill him. He got to go. He got to
The
go.
audience has no idea what we're talking about. Let's
It's a bug in here. He got to go. All right, what we
I don't know what them bugs be attracted to Tone, bro.
Okay. I don't know why your mom
At
be
the
attracted
baby
to me.
shower, that nigga was running for about 15 minutes from that bee. You remember that shit?
Hey, that bee was trying to kill me, bro.
Hey, now them baby shower bees be crazy, bro. You have a soda in your hand, that motherfucker be coming for you, bro.
All right, go ahead, bro. Let me see what we got up there.
Let's see
what I got on there, John.
I see my boy in there.
Who's your boy?
Jordan Peterson. I kind of get like Jordan
Oh, yeah,
Peterson
that's my
usually got
guy.
some good takes.
Here we go.
Dana Chanel in there. You got some people.
Let's go with let's just go with the most recent one, buddy. What it says, Shamit.
Shabbat! Are you all right? No. Get the dog, hurry up, get the dog. Don't make me get the dog. Get the dog.
You can't get the dog.
He was picking on his wife.
Mocking his wife.
You know, maybe go get this dog.
I'm gonna go back upstairs, Debbie, and just be in private, okay?
That was funny because he was so embarrassed he had the dog go off on his wife.
No, he was hot about
He
that.
blamed it
shit.
on his wife. See, you talking about some get the dog.
Right.
I ran outside and got the dog. Get down in the strip.
I didn't hear the first part. Okay, now.
You can go to Jordan Peterson next. See what he's talking about. I don't remember it.
The young guys take to this a lot. I said, you should be the strongest person at your father's funeral, right? You know, that's something to aim for. It's a transition, a generational transition. And it means that, well, all the people around you are suffering because of their loss. they have someone to turn to who can illustrate by their behavior that the force of character is sufficient to move you beyond the catastrophe. I mean, you need that. The young guys take to this a lot. I said,
And y'all know it's been quite a few deaths here recently in my family, and I was just thinking that. So, and honestly, this almost like a well, I don't plan to try to make it like a long thing, but it's one of those things where what he said is that the objective is like to, well, not maybe not the objective, but he was saying like the idea is to be the strongest person at your dad's funeral, where it's like somebody has to be the strength of the family to keep things together. And I think that over time, what I've seen is that men try to play that, they try to do that, and you can see, you know what I mean, and that's, for what I've seen, is like very unhealthy.
I agree. It looks like he was crying while saying
he was crying. Yeah, he was crying while he was saying
because of like there's an immense amount of emotional baggage that comes with that. Because what is being the strongest at your dad's funeral look like? Like
it
being
looks like
like
not crying, and I guess
being
like
stoked, like
and keeping it together and not breaking down.
like this would be a like I remember seeing my dad cry at like my grandma's funeral. Like and I was like, oh shit, like he kind of human. Like it humanized him more to me. Where like, okay, it is okay to cry at like these specific moments, and like I ain't gotta try and be tough at this level. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's to me, like as a kid, sometimes I don't maybe I had the emotional awareness. Like at times I would be wondering how I should be feeling in this moment. And like, is this acceptable? Is that acceptable? XYZ. And like I remember that moment and being like, oh damn, okay, it is acceptable inside certain capacities. Yeah, that's my
I'll
opinion.
say I don't know if he was saying it's like when he say being the strongest, like because he was crying, so I don't think he meant like not crying or not showing.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so what does that mean?
Emotion. I mean, because he was sitting up there crying. Well, I thought he was being a
Jordan Peterson be crying.
Yeah, he be crying a good
but
bit,
that's
yeah.
also like, I mean, I ain't gonna say it's a sign of weakness, but I mean, being able to cry and emotionally express yourself is a sign of strength.
I surely think it's a sign of strength.
So like he's not saying. I don't think he's saying
then to be the strongest at your father's funeral.
I don't know. Like I don't know what he means, but I don't think it means not crying and not showing emotion. I don't think
like
that's
traditionally
what he was
when you think of strength, you think of stoicism.
But I don't think that's what he was talking
so
about.
So what?
I don't know what he was talking about because he was crying while he was talking about it. So clearly he wasn't talking about.
I think he was crying because he was triggered. Like he probably had to play that role and like had to hold that in, and then like thinking about like having to hold in emotion in a time in which you wanted to let it burst, but because I have to play a role, not that I'm naturally this thing, like this is me, but I'm playing a role. Like you like thinking and reflecting back on it will probably bring back a lot of those similar feelings. And talking through it be the hardest part.
Yeah,
and it always will bring that lump back in your throat, and that you're gonna start crying.
I would dare say I mean, like I kind of understood what he was saying to a degree. Like even at the funeral, I think it is good to like if I lose a parent, I've heard somebody say this before, and I can't remember where I heard him say it, but it was basically the parent talking to their child, and they said, "If I die, this is what you gonna do," and they was training their child already of what to do in case something happened to them. So basically, what they were saying was, you have this long to mourn, and then I want you to move on. And I think that kind of is an important.
But that's fair. But I imagine they would have said at the funeral it's okay.
And so,
to mourn,
so
right?
even like now, the funeral, I do think it's okay to mourn, but I also think like I feel what he's saying because he's saying it's a generation transfer that's going on there. So if you can deal with that stuff before you get to the funeral, like if you can possibly deal with that to a degree, I think that would be
see
good.
like a person of importance,
and
I'm looking at them, and that's the last moment to me. I think that's just so hard to like have a preconceived. I'm not going.
Well, you don't know how you're gonna act until you really see it.
And the thing is, I ain't
saying
saying
your emotions are genuine.
I ain't saying I don't understand. I'm just trying to get a view of what he was saying, like get an understanding more so of what he might have been saying.
Yeah, I feel like it was the idea of trying to be selfless in a moment where it's, you know what I mean. I don't believe that. Like, I'm not gonna be. And so what he was saying is that, like, I think it was like more being there for the people that are seemingly suffering the worst. Make it so that you aren't the person that's seemingly suffering the worst, so that you can be the strong back for the people that are gonna need it. And I mean,
And I guess like a better way to balance it. And that's why I said with a strong, like I'm not commending like the idea of like just like and just like wilding the fuck out either. Like you still need to have some level of keeping it together. But I do think that there is at least moments within there that it's okay to be able
Absolutely.
to like, be inside your box and just.
I think, bro, if you cried the whole thing, that you know what I mean. Come on now, we sitting here talking about something that's
in a case of something happening. I think I would rather like be around some people. Like if I was around y'all and I needed to just get it all out, like what I don't want to show in front of everybody else. I do think that's a good thing. Like I think you need friends you can like really let loose with. Like as far as your feelings, because matter of fact, Unc just said this in the comments. Holding in feelings can mentally harm you. You have to let it go. Even if you do it alone, everything isn't for all eyes. And I do understand that.
Right.
Like,
and that's what to me, like you should be like, like doing like if you need to do that upstairs by yourself or with a friend group, cool.
I think you
but
need to do that with a friend
if you see that person for the last time and it's expected that you're gonna hold back all tears and everything,
No,
I
that's
think
I don't think that would be the thing. But
that's unrealistic.
unrealistic for sure.
I agree.
All right, I'm gonna do one more. That was kind of the deep one. I thought. Well, let me see. I'm gonna go to. This is a real quick one. I thought this was super cute. Y'all know on the kids joint. I'm on the kids shit. I like kids are beautiful to me. I like seeing kids that make me happy.
Real love the kids.
Go to the little white girl.
Okay, let me see where this.
She's gonna be an actor or something. You know what I mean? This is just
right
too,
here.
Yeah.
You know what I think? I think you're going to change the world someday.
No, I will.
What? I think you're going to.
I'm evil.
Whoa.
I'll make everybody witches and bats and vampires.
And make them all sassy like you.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I won't.
Okay, good.
No. I'm just joking. I would never do that.
Good. You know what I think?
It was super cute.
Yeah.
That
If she didn't do that, I was about to ask Tone what he thought about that.
You know the funny thing is I thought about Tone when she did it. I was like, I wonder how Tone's going to. But it was, you can't tell me that wasn't super cute.
You can tell she was even playing when she said it.
She said, "I'm just
having like some joking things." Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I love kids. Period. Though kids is different, bro. I feel like we can learn a lot from them.
She got great comedic timing. That was
Yeah, she do. The way she gave it that little chance for you to sit on it for a second.
Like, nah, I'm fucking with you. Like that reminded. There's some comedian that did something like that. They reminded me of, but the timing was like to be that young.
Yeah,
had that kind of like timing with it. That's
bro.
Right.
These new kids is different. It's a lot of them. Like new kids.
This is my last one, bro. And I had some fire joints too. But go to the black dude. He's sitting there talking to the cashier in the black and white. Look like polka dot Joe.
Let's see.
You can't see the cashier. He's just right. Okay.
He funny.
Yeah, he funny.
Is this the one where he tried to? She got.
I gotta go home and cook for the kids.
Just give me a number.
Why you really want to be a stepdaddy right now?
There's nothing wrong with stepdaddy. Even Jesus had a stepdaddy. So it's not, if Jesus can have a stepdaddy, why can't I be one? Do you understand? So it's not, I can cook, we can even, you want to cook, we can cook together. I know how to
You know how to cook?
dishes. Yeah.
Okay.
But how many children do you have?
I have 5. Yep.
Like
all
5?
fingers on your hand.
That's like a whole basketball NBA team.
I say you trying to play stepdaddy, so what's up?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know that it was like
Keep the same energy.
Whole NBA just I don't know how to play sports because usually you have to teach them.
We're talking about cooking.
No sports.
What happened? Go ahead. Let me see your phone then.
You have to put them in sports. Don't think of like football, but don't do football. Football is dangerous. Basketball or something.
Okay, bye.
It's very good.
I gotta go home and cook for the kids.
That man opted out.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, Jesus had a stepfather. He was going with it. And then, yeah, that was funny to me.
That means she was attractive, and he was gonna make one work, possibly 2.
Well, 5.
But when she brought out the whole starting lineup, he said.
So that's a whole. NBA starting five.
So when Johnny, so when is you tapped out? Like how many is just what's the minimal number to where you're done? It's not gonna be able to.
Five is way above the minimum number. Like probably two. Like anything more than two is like, yeah, if it's three, I'm out. Like I can't do three. Like
So,
two, it's like, yeah, not ideal, but like the right one. Okay, I can, I can catch some cataracts to certain shit. But like, like five, nah, I can't do that. It really anything more than two is.
I just seen this video before I came over here, like last night's conversation. I forgot the name of the show, but either way, they was talking like the lady was standing up. She had 7 kids, and she had 7 kids with one husband.
Oh yeah, they kept it real with
raw
diggity with
but
her.
it was like she was asking, she talked about getting somebody else, and I looked at the comments, and the comments had a poll in it. It was like, can she get another man, or should she try to work things out with her husband? Take your ass to go work things out with your husband.
It just depends on what Buddy did though. Like I mean, like there's certain things.
Well, no, my bad. Rewind this. If she looks good enough, she's gonna find us. She's gonna find one
with 7 kids.
I know. Well, listen, I know some females that up there, at least 5 to 6. I don't know if they.
And Buddy he's a productive. He's a good dude.
It's like
guy.
the new dude. Listen, all right. So
dude,
here be the thing. Like it be like certain women, they'll have like their cycles, and so I've been around this person long enough. Like adjacently, this was like somebody who kid played basketball. So I've just and yeah, nonetheless, that's the easiest way for me to identify it. So I've seen them from like when the kid was like 6, 7 to like right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've also adjacently seen Mom Dukes.
Different.
And
yeah, but I'm not. But it's not like sustained though, right?
Well, it's she leave every single one of them.
The thing
let
is,
me finish it. Like the cycle, because it's like a literal cycle that I see over and over and over, in which like she get a new dude, they hang for a bit, she pregnant, she stay with the dude. After she had a baby, it take about like 9 to 10 months for her to snap back. To her, she do snap back every single time. After she snapped back, she cut that hair, diet, that nigga gone.
Back to
now she back outside, rinse and repeat. And I done seen it happen about 4 to 5 times. And it happened every time, like literally every single time. And she be all right every single time. I promise you.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day,
I'm saying that she can't get nobody, but she gonna keep somebody.
And this is the thing.
But the thing is, like, I think that
she don't sound like she want to keep.
She keep like every single one of them. I know for a fact, like she's the toxic one.
Imagine 7 child support checks.
Oh yeah,
you done changed your motherfucking tax bracket. You don't even pay taxes, and your tax bracket is shell. 7, you come on now.
They be the girls.
I'm talking about 7 different dudes.
7 different
Those
dudes.
be the chicks doing brunch on Tuesdays and shit.
What? Shawty driving the Benz and all kinds of shit. But yeah, but at the end of the day, any pretty woman.
Hey, hold on. We got a comment.
Oh yeah, Unc said I did 4, and it wasn't the kids. It was her, and I ain't no sucker or a bum. I just tried something new.
If I'm being like, I've only dated one girl that had a kid. Typically, like that's one of those like things on my checklist. I really don't be as hypocritical as it would be for me because I've had a son for forever. But yeah, I think one time it's only been only one female I would say that I've like dated that had a kid.
I dated 2 kids when I was like 25, and then now I date one who got 3.
Yeah, now I remember I ain't never dated a chick with kids, but I remember there was one girl that was cool. She was cool, very personality, but I was young. I was like 18, maybe. Like I was young enough, maybe even younger than that.
How old was she?
Well, we was around the same age. Maybe she was maybe a year, 2 years.
You thought it was about to be one of them tone real situations.
Oh no.
But you said she had 2?
No, she had one. She had one, and it was back during the time.
I thought she had 2 in high school. I could be like,
no. It was back there during the time where it's like I ain't know nothing about, because I'm still fairly new in the kid game. My daughter's 4. You know what I mean? And she was telling me like that I was being immature because I wouldn't date her. Like, you know what I mean?
Y'all both
we was messing
kids.
around and stuff,
Y'all
but I
both
wouldn't date her.
immature.
And she was telling me like I was being immature and I need to be, more of a man and all this stuff. And I said, I feel like I'm doing the most mature thing because I know I'm not ready for it. So I'm not going to even put y'all through because if I was to do it, like I was gonna, regardless of what, I was gonna try to my best to treat the youngin like she was mine and try to be a good role model.
At 18, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. But she expected me to step up, and I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm not there yet. I ain't never even been around the raising of a child. Me and my sister only 2 years apart. You know what I mean? So I ain't had even been around it like that. But yeah, and I was like, it was tough. You know, the tears and all that stuff.
She said, "Be more of a man."
Be more of a man.
She told her to be less of a woman.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's I'm gonna leave it there for today.
Oh man, I guess that's the meme. We had a few comments. We have some good ones in there. I guess I'll rectify for earlier. And we'll get the topics rolling. I don't know what you gonna.
What you mean?
Do this week.
Damn, Johnny went.
The Rockets forever, man.
Trash, bro.
I'm gonna go Q.
God damn it.
Real. Then I'll go last.
You gonna close out the show?
Close it out.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'll run into our topic. In which this is maybe a bit of a precursor to an upcoming Unpacked episode where we'll just do a deeper dive into the whole upcoming election, the Trump, the Biden, the XYZ. What I would want to know in general, no matter who you're voting for, what would it take for you to vote for the other side?
Real.
Oh, mine's pretty quick and easy. I don't think there's anything Joe Biden could say. You know what I mean? When you say do, most time there ain't nothing that they gonna do. They'll just say a thing, and you'll just have to wait and see if the thing happens.
Is there anything that he could actually do that would push you to vote for? I'm guessing the other side is Biden right now.
Well, yeah, the other side is Biden for me.
Okay.
At this point,
So
because I voted for Biden on the last election.
Okay.
I voted for Biden on the last one, and yeah, I felt like the whole. I feel for some of the propaganda, which really irritates me. As far as this whole racist thing and all of that stuff, I fell for some of that propaganda, and that right there definitely makes me feel away. And even as I've I understand now that I'm a lot more conservative than I would have thought. I think, like you were saying earlier, and I've said previously, I think that the Black community is a lot more conservative than we believe ourselves to be at large. But I don't, to go back to your question, I don't think there's anything Biden can actually do. Like say something like, oh, what could he, like, what is he talking about, some reparations or something, or some, well, legalizing marijuana is not enough. With the
legal now.
Then the or removing it from the class, what is it, class 3?
Schedule 1, I think.
Schedule 1. I'm talking about class 3. No neck. But yeah, yeah, he couldn't do it. The student loan joint, they just gave it to, what was it, the people who was part of a certain, it wasn't CARE. It was something they only gave it to people that was a certain inside of a certain program and paid their student loans on time for 10 years. Those people, he just gave them, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Because at the end of the day, if you was able to pay your Jones for 10 years, that would have made us like 25. We didn't have no sustainable jobs at 25 to be able to consistently pay these niggas. You know what I mean?
You said he just did relief on what?
Though he did a relief on the people who debt was under, I can't remember the amount, but they had to be a part of this specific program.
Oh, so it was a bunch of white folks.
It was a bunch of, it was essentially ended up being a bunch of white folk.
Yeah.
And well-to-do people. Yeah. Well-to-do people. So he couldn't then with the immigrants and all this bread and just throwing money while we're dealing with inflation. And no, he couldn't, there's nothing that he could do. If there was another candidate on the Democratic side, that may be something that they could do, but he couldn't do anything.
Gavin can do something for you? No, I don't know.
Hey,
you just literally said.
No, that's
Gavin already talking about reparations.
Yeah, but you just said
if bro, I don't believe that the reparation thing is real, regardless. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna like giving. It's not a name specific person that I'm looking for.
That's why I said him, because you're talking about Biden.
Yeah, I would need to learn more about him. In order
all right, so now take away, because what you're talking, I said a random name.
Okay.
So that it sits as just a seat.
Oh, just to see. Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, it's not about, to me, it's not about Democrat or Republican.
But Biden is the name that you're not for sure going
to. Yeah, Biden is definitely
now
not going to get my vote.
So if you was to vote for the Democratic seat in general.
Yes.
Would it be anything? Because you know that.
Oh, would it be
Biden,
any things that could have done it? Yeah,
Yes.
I see. I would say that. What are some things? I first off, I done got to the point to where I'm not gullible enough to believe most of the shit that they would even be saying. Like the reparations, shut the fuck up. You're not finna do that. So it's not even a thing for me to even really pay attention to. That's not gonna be anything I'm gonna vote for because as an adult, I've been these little things they sit there and say and toss in the air, and everybody
feel
kind of
about that,
goes to
Johnny?
that. It's not gonna happen.
Reparations.
So
It's stupid as fuck.
I ain't gonna be I don't know who I'm gonna be voting for then.
I think my thing is I don't think that the idea of reparations is stupid, but to think that they gonna do it, that's the stupid part.
Just say it. Like, lie to me, baby. Come on, just lie to me.
No,
like,
don't just lie to me, bro.
hey,
Fuck that.
Hey, here's what I'll say. I don't have a side. I'm true independent. So
what would it take for you to vote for Trump then?
Joe Biden keep on fucking up. That's probably where it's gonna end up. But
so then that means you're voting for Trump.
No, I'm not. I haven't made that decision yet.
So what would it take for you to vote for Trump?
Like I say, if Joe Biden
just keep doing what he's doing,
if the status quo keeps on going as it's going, I'm not.
Oh, so you are going to? All right, so my bad. Then you're already voting for Trump. What would it take for you?
He just don't want to say it, but essentially that's what he's doing.
I haven't made a decision. Like you act like I've made.
You said you're not voting for Biden.
That don't mean I'm voting for Trump.
I'm saying,
You just said if the status quo.
It doesn't mean he's voting for Trump. He could go.
It means I'm not voting for Biden.
No, all right. So hypothetically,
the only decision I've made.
So Johnny, hypothetically, the status quo continues as is, which means that Trump now has your vote. What would it have taken for you to vote for Biden? What would Biden need to do to change?
Cut off Ukraine. Cut off uncompromised support for Israel. Like, you got to stop that because we sending billions of dollars to genocide. That mean we complicit in it. That mean we paying to kill them folks because it's our tax dollars they sitting over there. So that's one. $119 billion for Ukraine. And you told me y'all can't afford reparations. So why the fuck we sending that money over to Ukraine? I don't care what happened over there. Like, so it's gonna have to be one of those two things, or both of those two things is what would get me.
That would be enough.
I was gonna say to even get me thinking.
Yeah, that wouldn't be enough
to even think about voting. It would have to start with that. Yeah, it'd have to start somewhere with that. Yeah, y'all know what I'm gonna say next, but
what
reparations?
Hey, if you said it, I'm going. Like, if you want free game, say you're gonna do reparations, you ain't even got to do it. But a nigga like me gonna be like, oh, word, just lie.
And then it's fucked up. And man say you ain't even got to do it.
Yeah, that's all I'm at. Nah,
you like, how does that even make sense to you, Johnny?
That's a cool shit right
just lie. Just lie. Just have the discussion. I think the discussion would be productive.
Coon pie. My bad. Keep going.
No, hey, look, I'm trying to get you some money, nigga. I'm trying to get you some.
Get them a lot.
I'm trying to get. No, it ain't gotta be bread. Like I say, I take free education. We talked about that last week. That's the key.
Okay.
Give us free education in state-run schools. Let black people not pay taxes anymore, federal taxes, because why? and
why?
And 40 acres and a tractor and a John Deere, because we don't use mules no more.
But you know the crazy thing, you know how much them 40 acres would cost, but
plus interest. The interest on that would be crazy. The interest alone.
The interest alone.
Sure. And that was their idea. I didn't even come up with 40 acres. They came up
with that. Yeah, we just gonna hit them with that student loan interest rate. Give me that baby. Give me that baby 6%.
Should it be 1,200 acres apiece?
So where do you land? As far as
I guess I voted third party in the last election, but previous to that I voted Democrat. So I guess what would it take for me to actually vote Republican? In this upcoming election, I think that I was writing down some as y'all was kind of talking. I think war does matter inside my mind. Like whether it's like your general foreign policy, and how you're divvying up like just our American money and our taxpaying money that goes out, and just keeping us out of fucking war. Like that is one of the I do have like this upcoming fear that it's been so long since the last World War. And it's so much like everybody's right there that I just want us not to go to war. Like I just want that shit not to happen. And
do you think capitalism survives without war?
No.
I don't think that's
military
even
industrial
possible.
complex.
As long as we ain't the ones in wars. If we doing proxy war and shit like that, I don't give a shit about that.
So just
We can send them. Yeah, we can send them the even that we can give them the weapons and shit like that, and they can fight in the name of us, and they can like. I know that sounds bad, but I don't want a draft to come up with QJ going to college. Not going to college, going to whatchamacallit, like anything that's like a real war, inside the sense of like one that we haven't seen since the time of Vietnam. Where like it's real, like not the Cold War shit, not Afghanistan.
Oh, but
like
they wouldn't take QJ anyway because he's your only boy.
He Muslim too.
They didn't take the only boy. It would only be if you had 2 or more boys, they would take one of them.
I think they'll fuck around and rewrite the rules.
You need to march him down to that mosque right over there and have him take some pictures with him bending down. There you go, sit him over there.
Muhammad Ali QJ. What I said American first foreign policy. Something that could tip it if there was on the books a signed HBCU student loan forgiveness. That can swing me.
He publicly funded a lot of
that can swing me. Something else that's like kind of out of the realm, but that could really swing me is if the introduction of laws on automation. Because again, I think that's going to impact our upcoming
that is a great
workforce and just like how the future is going to look in the next 10 to 20 years.
That's a great one right there. I wouldn't even have thought about that one, but that is a very important thing that we need to kind of be addressing as soon as possible. That shit needs to get addressed ASAP because that could literally tear our society as we know it to pieces.
No more capitalism.
Yeah. But if you got people who is trying to do that, and they ain't even about to go too far on conspiracy shit yet, but if you got people trying to tear it apart, that's what they want. I mean, like, that's kind of what it looked like to me.
Tone, what would it take for you to vote for Biden?
I would not vote for that nigga. Ain't nothing he can do.
For that nigga.
Ain't nothing he can do that at this point is nothing he could do.
What if he gave you your own personal 40 acres and a mule? And he delivered it with a cookout tray?
Okay, so you can't be bought $1 million wouldn't buy a Tone vote.
Bro, no. I would feel terrible about that. Like
for the record.
Johnny say he going, bro. We already knew Johnny was for sale, bro.
$1 million to get this vote.
What else you do for $1 million?
I vote for somebody.
You'll go swimming. You'll go and swim in Diddy pool for $1 million.
$1 million. You down for the $1 million?
Hey, I'm not the hose, bro. I am not the hose.
Hey, to me, it's no different. That's no difference. Like swimming in Diddy's pool versus voting for Biden. Like going for Biden.
I don't even know how to swim. Why the fuck?
Nah, I don't know, bro. One you gonna shit easy, and the other one.
What I'm saying is, you still dog on.
Voting for Biden is like swimming in Diddy's
pool. You down for it, bro.
Got big smoke.
Hey, man, I know 78 million motherfuckers.
So there's nothing like in general
Diddy
voting
pool.
Democrat.
How many people voted for him?
Okay, so
hold on. So is there anything that can get you to vote Democrat?
I'm not against voting Democrat. That's the thing. If we're just talking about presidential position, though.
Okay. So all right. So Biden's out of the Gavin Newsom.
We just talking about presidents, or we talking about everybody?
Do you have are you specified in so you'll vote Democrat for everything but president?
No. Okay. So this is the thing. I won't vote necessarily Democrat for anything. Like where I'm at now is I'm more into looking up what these people have done in history. I want to see what the person did. That's it. That's
okay.
all
Cool. All right. So what would it take? Because I deem you as naturally conservative. That's probably where you lean at with your ideology and what you fuck with. What would it take for you to vote on the other side? Which would be pretty much left, which would be liberal.
So I'll tell you how I voted on this last time. This last election,
Hillary.
No, I didn't vote on Hillary. I definitely voted for the third party candidate. I didn't vote either one.
Jill Stein.
I forgot her name was Jorgensen or something like that. I can't remember who
Green
it was.
Party.
Yeah,
it was the Green.
Yeah, I voted Jorgensen. It was because I didn't know who she was and I didn't agree with either one of it. But the other positions that was
why didn't you just not vote, man?
Because I wanted to vote for the other sections.
Because our ancestors died for the right for him to vote.
So but that makes sense though. What he just said, that makes sense.
So what I did was I actually looked up the candidates on both sides for everything. And all I was looking at was what they've represented in the past, what they stood on, what they stood against.
And what they vote was on
different stuff. Because I need somebody who we need people who voting for our interests. Obviously, these people, we keep addressing the president, but Obviously,
nigga,
it's the mayors and the governor, like if you look at these democratic cities, it's a lot of issues there. So it's like these are people who are selling us out and they're not interested in what we really want. They're not concerned about what we want. So my vote goes to the person who I see stands on something and has stood on something in the past, not just when the election come up.
On business.
Yeah, where you stand. You can tell what people stand on. You look at the stuff.
What if they like stood on being tough on crime?
I'm fine. Like, it depends on what their stance was being tough on crime.
Black people don't like crime either.
What was being presented? Because I'm not against somebody being
crime
tough
bill,
on crime. I don't commit crime. So it's like I'm not against.
So you will fuck with like somebody that threw out like a crime bill.
No, bro. You trying to doggone trick me into the Joe Biden thing?
Okay, trying to vote for Joe Biden again.
Okay, all right.
I'm not voting for somebody who disproportionately tries to put black people in jail over crime, and we're not disproportionately committing
Don't
it.
do that, Q, because that was the black church. Don't do that.
It was the black church was out there co-signing the super predator word.
They had them.
But no, I ain't gonna lie. I recently watched.
They had that nigga in the pulpit.
But I recently watched a documentary of, it was like right between like 1988 and 1990, in like the crack epidemic era in New York. I forget which neighborhood. Shit was also crazy.
See, that's
like
that's
I actually don't really have like an opinion. Like I don't have a hard opinion on the crime bill in itself, because I thought that it was kind of, if you actually understood a lot of the nuances of what really was happening, it was a product of the time and should only be judged by that time.
The facts. And I remember when me and Tone was first having that conversation, and I was like, bro, you understand that black people was on board with it because of what it was doing to those neighborhoods.
Yeah,
it was like, now that was just the real, you know what I mean? You can sit there and act like the remedy on the back end, and this is my thing. I ain't gonna sit here and act like I know for a fact that he knew that the result of it was gonna be what the result was. You know what I mean? What I'm in my mind, I'm thinking they're trying to scare motherfuckers out of not doing it, but that just ain't work. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers ain't scared because of the money.
What if they came up with a bill to clean up the Midwest streets from meth, Joe?
Well, that don't really impact my vote. I think that'd be good for the United States.
Yeah,
but
it ain't got nothing to do with black folk.
Like that wouldn't specifically sway me.
What
There's
they
a
got
bunch
to
of
do
things
with
that's
black
good for America that I don't care about.
In all honesty, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like, as far as like Trump goes, I can't say I'm like a supporter of Trump. The only thing I support with Trump is that black people pay attention when he's in office.
No,
we pay attention to what's going on, and as long as we're paying attention to stuff, I think a lot of change can be made.
Well, I mean, and so just so I'm clear, I'm not a Trumper. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna get a bumper sticker in it. I don't just like the nigga. You know what I mean? I'm just not voting for
But
Biden.
if you like them, it's okay to.
No, yeah. If you like him, that's your.
I'm talking about you, not
bro.
I'm talking about you.
Now they got some lyrics.
I'm the type.
I'll get you a hat, bro. It's okay.
And the thing is, I'm not gonna wear a hat because I wouldn't wear nobody.
But what if Johnny got you the shoes?
Bro, I'm not wearing no fucking
red bottoms and a mega hat.
And you know what it said?
Why that sound like the beginning of a rap song?
Bottoms
in a MAGA hat.
Hey, Johnny, tell me this wouldn't set it off.
That's facts.
If you had reversed like the gold and red San Francisco jacket, like the starter jacket, to go with the MAGA in the jump, that shit is bad.
And the red ball. Debo.
Stupid, bro.
Let's get them comments real quick. Look like we got
the real votes for Uncle Luke.
I think that's supposed to be like me.
Yeah.
Oh, Unc say I can't vote for Trump because he's trying to change our democracy. The attorney general that he puts in place will drop all cases against him. Think about it. It don't bother me. If
That's why they're trying to try him before the election too.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are they trying to try him for still though? Is it still the January 6th stuff?
No, the documents case.
Oh yeah, that nigga had them shit. So
yeah.
Was it Mar-a-Lago or whatever?
Yeah. And the motherfucker say, "Come get him, then, bitch." Yeah, I got him.
He a wild boy.
Yeah, I got him. What's
Trump
up?
Is a wild boy. Like
he's an entertainer.
Bitch, you ain't gonna take none. You ain't gonna
But
take
you know the
paper
crazy
from my
thing is,
house.
I don't like it. I like to still talk about one person before talking about it. But this nigga Biden had the motherfucking top secret documents in a goddamn briefcase at the crib too,
and nobody cared.
Unsecured motherfucking briefcase.
Because Biden had documents from when he was vice president, and they were unclassified, and he willingly gave them back when they.
There were also classified documents in there too.
But they were from when he was vice president, not from when he was sitting president, and he took them from the White House. Like there are differences. Now I have to go back and look all of them, but I saw they went down and said, "Nah, what Biden did was this,
Okay.
and what Trump did. So there are differences. He had documents too.
Yeah, he did.
But he
You
also
better not talk about Johnny Biden. I feel like
but they said
No, I appreciate the
that's
clarification.
fair. That's
Yeah,
to be
yeah. I mean, I don't like Biden, but I'm just keep
to
it
be
real.
fair. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
Unc say real votes like me, and he
Shout to
said,
Unc, bro. We it's something to, you know what I mean. We got to go in and Unc drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to
Yeah, you
go to the bar and cigar lounge and you know what I mean.
And get a vibe going.
Yeah,
never vote party for party, vote for the individual, or never vote party, vote for the individual.
for sure.
And I wholeheartedly believe
Because anytime you start seeing them trying to put people in boxes, you against this side and this side's against that side. That's when you start paying attention. Now you're trying to create an enemy for me. And why would you? And then just think. So why would you want me to think of them as the enemy?
Right.
You got there's a
I
plan.
also want to throw this in here. I guess right now, one thing that intrigues me about this conversation is that I think for the first time in a while, Black people are like they're looking at voting opposite, right?
For sure.
But what I do see also happening is we're still looking for a villain. And like now it's becoming like a pure like let's villainize the other side, like the other like we just hopped to the other side, and then we're just going to villainize like Democrats or when we was Democrats we wanted to villainize the Republicans.
No, sure,
Or like if I'm liberal, I'm a villainize conservatives, or from conservative, it's still doing the exact same thing.
I'm just gonna say it. Niggas don't want to be accountable, bro. That's what it comes down to.
Hold on, but the importance about that is you miss true accountability because it ain't Democrats or Republicans.
They both be doing dumb shit.
It's a system that was never built for us on either side. So I mean, it's not like man, they had the words like Negro and slave trade. All that's built in our Constitution. So there's never gonna be a party of majority of the people that don't look like us that's gonna have our best interests. It's never gonna happen. So like what Black people need to do is like as far as the
don't fall for the trap of either side.
Or yeah, exactly. We need to separate and become more unified in whatever we're going to do.
You said a sovereign state. I
knew
you was gonna go for that one.
I have said that. I have said that in the past. But whatever we do, it has to be based on not just motherfuckers who gonna say stuff that sounds good, but actual policies that are going to benefit us. So if the crime bill back in '94 did not work for us, why would we continue voting for Democrats? Why wouldn't we give the Republicans a chance to have a crime bill and see how that would work?
Especially when the president who wrote it then said in 2023 or 2021, matter of fact, he said he would do it again. He didn't have any regrets.
But we're missing all of what we just kind of went through the context of it.
But the thing,
but it is still kind of weird on the back end for him to still double down on it after we see the effects of it.
We know the effects.
It is kind of weird for him to double down on the back end.
Yeah, he said he doesn't regret it.
Black people got to get better at playing the game of politics. Like that's one thing white people do very well.
I can only just judge it.
I'm gonna say something very controversial here. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like, in all honesty, I think Black people just don't want to be accountable, and it's become a thing for our generation, especially, where it's easier to blame stuff on racism. Not saying that it don't exist, but it's easier to blame stuff on racism than to try to actually face the problem. Because, like in the 50s, these people who grew up and was actually going through it, then being beat in the streets and was marching. I never heard them sit there the whole time. Like that's everything they talk about. Yeah, the white man trying to prevent. Like people was. I was watching this thing about this group VJ Records today. They was very close. They was before Motown. Like they was very close to like being one of the big, like probably the biggest. If they would have did the paperwork right, and it wouldn't have been somebody like they had some stuff going on. But basically, they was like close to being like the biggest record label. Period. Like one of the biggest record labels. Like especially of Black people and having a Black distribution company and stuff. Like.
I guess I understand because I guess I disagree with the fact that in the 1950s, racism wasn't like a prevalent.
Hear what I'm saying. What I'm saying is their mentality. Their mentality was not sitting there like even though they was dealing with it. The people who was in charge of VJ Records, for example, even though they was dealing with racism, they didn't let that stop them from creating a record label. Same as like a lot of the products that we got. They was dealing with racism, but they found a way to still have.
They still did it.
It was still a thing. They was and they still dealt with.
Do you think like Black people aren't still doing?
Hear what I'm saying? Black people now, we arguing about Trump and stuff. Like that's like where we're not looking at policies and stuff. Even then, they was dealing with racists. It was people who was racist that they had to do business with, but they still did the business with them. anyway, because even though they knew, like they did the business because they understood that this was going to be bigger for them. So like they ended up that company ended up, they the reason that the Beatles was over here. Like they was the first company that had the Beatles signed.
Well, I'll tell you this:
Black company was the first company that signed the Beatles from Europe.
Yep.
You know how racist America was back when my dad was telling me this about, like, in the South, they would pay black teachers or black education majors to go to school in the North, so they wouldn't try to integrate Southern universities. They would literally pay your tuition for you to go. So in a sense, there was some benefit to being with with motherfuckers who were racist, because they were so racist that they would pay for your education. We don't mind you getting the education. We just don't want you getting it here. And so we don't want you to go to school with us so much that we'll pay for your education.
They were saying the same thing with the Ku Klux Klan.
If your smart ass came back down, it will happen. It's going to do you like how they did.
My people came back and they worked. My dad was the first black administrator.
I know for sure, but did he also go?
Say it again. Your dad was the first what?
First black administrator in Rock Hill.
Oh, that's cold. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and again, like that's fire. But you also speak about how your dad tells you stories about how they had the, you know what I mean, see the KKK walk and march straight down their street. How your father, you know what I mean, was literally front line of like a lot of these different little movements in Rock Hill as well. Like they still gonna hate your smart ass, and they sending you up there hoping that you.
But what I'm saying is, he never used white people as an excuse.
Oh no, I agree.
And like our generation does that a lot, where we be like, well, is this, and like they just did it, and we know it might not be as good as they shit, but at least we got our own shit, and we gonna appreciate our shit because it's our shit. And even if it ain't the most fancy shit, even if we ain't got the Mercedes Benz that they got down the street, we got this Corolla. But guess what? It's gonna be clean. We're gonna take care. We're gonna appreciate this Corolla, and then if we appreciate
I got two
this,
questions.
we'll step up to the Camry and then to the Lexus.
The idea that we would be better if we were segregated.
Basically.
Tone. I guess. Damn, what was your statement again? You said it was accountability, black people not wanting to be held accountable. Oh, all right. So I guess my first question would be, right now, what is, because I agree, black people cry racism, XYZ. What is that stopping us from doing right now? I know that we complain, but is it like keeping, like, is there like a lack of black people from doing a thing because of racism?
I think black
outside
people,
of just like crying about it.
I think black people pay more attention to what they deem as racism than what the actual racism is, and therefore,
but like I don't necessarily want. I'm not asking the question and going to like racism. I think that what you spoke about was accountability. Like back in the day, in the 1950s, even in spite of racism, black people still did action XYZ. Today, would you say that there is action XYZ that black people aren't doing because of racism, or are they just complaining about racism online?
I think
that's what they do.
Let me answer.
Okay.
I think it goes part to integration. The fact that like we are in the schools with everything, so we don't have our own. So in a lot of ways, there are a lot of people.
Make sure you answer the question I asked, though.
All right,
because you're not going there right now.
I'm about to circle it back around, but a lot of times, you threw me off. But a lot, it's like a baby. If you're too busy crying about the thing,
I'm just asking, what has it stopped us from doing? What action XYZ
we're not focused on making change. If you're too busy crying about something, you're not busy focusing on the solutions. If you complain, if you stub your and you just, man, this shit fucked up, you're not worried about the things that the power that you actually do have.
So what is it stopping us from doing? I'm just asking,
it's stopping us from focusing in on our own communities and holding ourselves accountability. It takes accountability away from us, and we're not.
All right, so we're just making sure there's not like an actual action or thing XYZ that is stopping. It's just stopping us from like having like a better community harmony or something.
Well, there's no physical barriers anymore. No,
I'm just saying, like for example, if there was less lawyers or PhDs or something like that, because of black people were complaining about systematic racism in Harvard or something like that, and it's keeping them from applying, like that'll be like a tangible thing that I'm asking. Like outside of like the idea of like, I'm tired of snowflake liberals complaining. is it like a thing that we're not actually doing more?
So
Like,
you
what
think,
is it actually stopping?
Okay, I'll ask you a question because I don't know. I don't know what it's stopping. But
Okay.
but like that'll be my. I don't know.
And again,
what,
I'm not coming from a place where I have the answer. I'm just thinking of like, what is the actual other side of it? And I couldn't answer that in my brain either.
But
like, I don't know if like we're just tired of hearing people complain
let
because
me
we're
ask
in the
you
social
this.
justice. Like, go ahead.
Because I know what you're saying, but like you saying, what is it holding us? You know,
What is it stopping us from?
What is it stopping us?
Like where?
Because the comparison point inside like the 1950s was that we did it in spite of.
But then why?
What are we not doing?
Well, my
in spite
question
of
is,
right
why do you think we're not doing it now?
Doing
I don't
what
know what
specifically. That's
thank
what he's
you.
saying.
I keep
Doing what
asking-
specifically? See, the thing is,
Well, I
we don't
know
have an
either.
answer. Yeah, he said he don't have an answer.
I don't
for
know
that.
Right, so then it's hard. Like, so how are you asking me that same question?
I worded it differently. And I thought I worded it different. Thought you might have an answer.
Yeah, I would say what is stopping us from doing is actually like he was getting to the answer and then he went away from it because he was trying to get a specific, like tangible thing, but it's really focusing on what we should be doing. That's literally what it comes down to. Like by being like where what it ends up doing is we sit there and we looking at everything in a sense of, oh, I need to be equal to these people, or I want the things they got, or I want to do what they got, rather than from a perspective of I need this for my family. I think that was more so the perspective that was happening in the 50s, and a lot of people was doing their own thing and starting businesses because that's what they had to do.
I
Like
think
there was no other.
It allows us
So are
to
you saying that
continue
like
the
right
victim
now,
mentality.
black people aren't starting as many businesses?
It's not even just about
Got too
businesses.
many
It's the quality of what the business is. That's one thing. Businesses that last and stuff. I don't think we're doing that. I don't think the quality of the businesses is actually benefiting our community, the ones that we have, because most of black businesses is owned by one person. There's no other.
And that's
employees.
because of racism? Or because we whining about racism?
I would say that black people are more focused on that. I do think that is part of it, like the mentality of this, like our entrepreneurship now.
I hold on. I guess this is also
you asked me a question. I'm trying.
Okay,
to
my bad.
question,
I'm gonna let you keep going. You're sparking an idea, but go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, I kind of lost where I was about to go. Then, like,
I'm trying to figure out where this motherfucker goes.
No, I'm just asking for clarification because I think a lot of times we say vague things and we make comparison points where sometimes I don't know. Like I don't have the answer, and when I think about it, the reason I posed it is because I couldn't answer the question, right? So yeah, like to me, I'm just asking. We understand right now it is really popular to be like the liberal media, cry racism, XYZ. But then I just stopped and thought about it. And was like, damn, do I know a lot of people, black people in general, not like what the media says and shit like that are actually daily crying racism? I don't know a bunch of people that like that's their shtick.
Well, I would say a lot of times that that goes back into our
and they're blaming the white
scope.
man for the thing.
Because generally you're going to hear that for people who they're living in more or less. So you generally aren't around a lot of people in these times, and like the way we're not around these people that we were when we were younger, that we grew up around.
But
which these people are probably much more likely to be having that cry out versus the people that we're around now. We've kind of, you know what I mean? We're kind of standing on.
I guess what I'm saying is that like whether everywhere that I can find a proximity for it, though, I still don't specifically see or hear. Whether like again, like I don't know, like if like people that I know that are living within like and say like social media or something like that, or I don't know, like I actually like you. Like you still are inside a community that have people
Oh yeah, they be
you.
with the guy,
and
the
that's
white
what I was
man.
about
They
to
be
say.
on the white man
and
joint,
everything. Like
sure.
So what they're saying is that I can't start a business because of the white man.
No,
I
they
can't
just
do
really
anything
it's
because
just
of the white man.
it's pretty much that the white man is the reason that I'm down. All this,
And that's
it's just the victim mentality of like the reason for everything is because the white man.
And that's a lack of accountability.
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah,
That's
no,
what it
for real,
boils-
for real.
that's
No,
what it
just being
boils
honest,
down
like that's
to. If
that's
you're
what
crying
it is.
about the white man being racist, that means you're not having accountability for being in the situation that you're in.
And that's what I understood what y'all was talking about.
And if it's his fault, then it's not your fault.
Exactly.
And if it's his fault, it ain't really too much you can
can do about it.
But if
Yeah.
it's your fault, you control your destiny completely. So I think that's what complaining about racism does. It takes away the accountability and it takes away your power, because if it's your fault
and it's stopping them from like doing more. Is that what y'all saying?
I would say
Oh,
it's
no, I
more
would
so
say
I think the
affecting.
part of it.
mindset
I
is
would say the
clearly.
I would definitely say it's affecting the quality of what
Clearly, the
of our
mindset
community
is
more so.
affected. The status of the black community is based off our mindset, and I do think that is affected by our lack of accountability.
I was about to say the quality of mentality.
Maybe.
So let me ask you
I
this.
just don't know.
Do you think there? So you're saying there's nothing holding us back from creating it, and it's just
creating what?
Or
Creating
from
it, what is it?
like economic and cultural harmony, or
Economic and cultural harmony.
So you're saying that there's like the racism is in the past and there's nothing holding us back now.
Oh, I guess what I'm saying is I'm not
was
making a
asking
statement
questions,
about
yeah.
racism at all.
Yeah, he's just trying to understand.
I'm
just trying
to
to
me,
understand.
I hear like a heavy indictment. Like this is a talking point that I hear from the right often is the fact of like the crybaby liberals and cry racism, XYZ, right? And all I'm asking is that like something that people like to complain. So like the complaint is going to happen no
I
matter
get
what.
that. Yeah, 'cause that's one of my topics.
All I'm asking is it stopping advancement in any capacity?
I would say,
like, are we seeing less of a thing? Is there less doctors? Is there less again business owners?
Yeah, it's going to be
Is
more
it less like
intangibles. It's less community. It's less community.
less community?
That's the thing.
Okay.
That's really the biggest thing. Is it's less community.
And that's less communities from like the 1950s, 60s. Is that what we're comparing it to?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually agree with that.
We got two what you call it, and then I think we should.
Okay, Matt, we got three. Lisa Mix said, Tone, I like that you do your research. I know about VJ Records too. That's
Shout
what's
out,
up.
Lisa.
Shout out to boy Tone.
Boy Tone.
A brother watched a lot of stuff too, though. People vote for people who are political celebrities, not a person who has great topics that will effectively do well for them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and
I
agree.
think that's the only thing about Trump.
That's the one thing I didn't like too. Is like black people like listening to him because this is just pure entertainment.
Yeah,
It was like, damn, like, come on, now we looking at this shit like it's.
They
And
just
then
flip the side of like,
and when you look at the
Yeah,
comments
black
under,
people
they
like Wendy
complain about
Williams,
racism the whole time, like, but they still be watching it. The Black Caucus. I actually went to we didn't even go over the Black Caucus thing or the thing he went to in South Carolina.
Conservative black, whatever.
I was like, this event was literally for blacks, and y'all think what he's saying is racist? Like,
now he was up there doing that. He was doing like a good 10
But
minutes.
that event wasn't for
It
black.
still be hilarious, bro. It still be hilarious.
He knows how to
I was saying it was hilarious, but it was like
that event was for his blacks.
No, it was.
That was his blacks.
It was
Not all blacks.
Like you
Those were his
seen
blacks.
Officer Tatum right behind him.
all
Tatum
I
has
know
all
is
the
the
Trump
guy
like
said,
black person.
the guy said, all I see is blacks. I don't see the white ones. I see the black ones.
But he also followed that statement up with, "If you know me, that mean I done came a long way."
a long way, yeah.
Like he doing
No, I
the
mean,
set,
it's
bro.
like-
I got the joke.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
That's all, like, that was a full joke. Like, you literally was sitting there talking about somehow. Yeah, it was literally a joke.
I got Keishas and Tyrones.
He didn't have nobody. No black people was against him. That was the whole thing. And then all of a sudden, like, he came a long way from 2020. Like,
Yeah, no, but it's just funny, bro.
And that
It's
man
still
cut them
funny.
stimulus checks. Black people been loving that man ever since.
Black people loved him before he was president, bro. That's what
the
fucking
whole
killed
thing.
me.
Black people loved him before
Nigga,
he
he
was
was
president.
all of the rappers and everything love Trump. Then all of a sudden, this man's racist because he's
I
running
would
for
say black
president.
people.
I was like, what
the
fuck?
thing niggas use is the Central Park 5, but they keep going back to that. And it's
Oh
like,
yeah, which I mean, that was, if you look at what happened, that was crazy.
it was crazy, but it was like they really thought that they raped these women.
Exactly.
Like,
I was just watching the Central
Saying black
Park joke
people
on
singing
Vlad.
Donald Trump
That
by
joke's-
Mac Miller.
If you ain't seen that, that's a
way
good
before
joke
he was
too.
president.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah. Let's finish these comments. One of the reasons why black businesses did well then was because they could not go to other establishments. They had to use black businesses.
Talking
That's
about back in
facts.
the day, yeah, that's true.
That's facts.
That's true.
Well, now black people would rather do business
With white people.
Is it because black people be doing bad business?
I think it's both. That we completely believe that the quality of the thing is going to be better without even seeing the thing, and then it's also because
Do the quality be better sometimes?
I mean, it could.
I'm only
Sometimes
asking.
you said sometimes,
I'm only
of course.
All right, so
man is playing devil's advocate
if
to a
you
T.
was to
To
put
a T, like a mother. I don't
if you
mind
could
it,
put
though.
it like a percentage
Hey, man,
on
you
it, would
gonna
you
get
put it
heat.
like?
I ain't gonna put a percentage on
How
it.
about if I
I'm not a guy
said
to sit here-
75% of the time you go to that black establishment,
I ain't been to no whole bunch of black establishments to be able to sit here and tell you.
But 75%.
I'm a part of the problem. You know what I mean? I don't mind being admitting it. That's you know what I mean. Niggas be trying to act like they got it all figured. I don't have it figured out. I'm
Johnny,
going to where.
How is Tyrone's customer service?
Ooh, Tyrone's
Yeah.
customer service? Well, it just depends on what you look like. You go into Tyrone, if you gotta just let them know that I understand you, Tyrone.
What about
right?
the query with the lashes and nails?
You gotta be nice to them too, because I do have a game plan for when you go to places that are known for bad customer service, how to get good customer service.
You got a game plan.
You have to.
So tell me your
you have
secret for
to
the
be a good.
Caribbean
You
spot.
have to be a good customer.
What do you do for the Caribbean spot? Because they come off spicy no matter what.
Oh, you ain't never gonna get good customer service.
Never.
The best you can hope for is just they got your order right. Like that's just the best you can hope for. They got your order right. No, it's a Popeyes by my job, and like they kind of hood. Nobody likes it. My job likes going there. I love going there every time. I ain't gonna say every time, but I get so much free food in there just because I'm like respectful to the people. I'm like, hey, how y'all doing?
Yes,
hey, yes, man. No, and I go in there and I get treated like.
Yeah, no, you almost got to be empathetic with them.
You got to be a good
You got to be
customer.
empathetic with them even doing it and appreciative that they're doing
Appreciative
the job.
of your service.
For sure.
Because like the woman, she tried to overcharge me. I was like, I thought they had a special. She was like, oh, my bad. And I was like, hey, I appreciate y'all. They gave me an extra piece of chicken, an extra side, and they upsized thing.
If they fuck with you, they'll fuck with
and
you.
it's like, it's just because I'm nice. I don't come in there with an attitude. I don't come in there impatient. I already know what time it's Popeyes. I know what it is when I go in there, and I'm just appreciative.
And then
I'm
also
just appreciative that they try.
Niggas be going into Popeyes expecting that they supposed to get treated like they inside a 5-star, bro.
It's Popeyes.
It's fucking fast food, bro.
You gonna wait?
Come on, you gonna wait.
You
A little
wait.
mistake is not that big a deal, bro.
Right.
This
Just
motherfucker's
gonna wait for that fast food.
But just don't like. But some people trip. Like
fast
some people trip when they make a mistake. Some people trip. I'll just be like, hey, look, I asked for this.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
get
not
it.
that
You
big
think
a
it'd
deal.
be possible if
You stick your chest out like that? That's
you
crazy.
think it's possible if I could get my order rectified? And they'd be like, oh yeah, all right, bet. As a matter of fact, we put an extra piece in there. We put, hey, appreciate y'all.
Good.
But you just gotta be nice and like you gotta. They're working a job, so when you on your job, you want to be treated a certain type of way. When I go into their job, I treat them the same way I want somebody to treat me at my job, and they usually respond to that.
Yeah,
That's how you get good customers. And same for any black owned business.
Well, I can tell you, hey, that's what I'm saying. I still don't go to Walmart no more. But you ever tried to hunt down a motherfucker in Walmart to ask him a question about something?
What you want?
This motherfucker, bro. I had a motherfucker. I know she saw me looking at her to try to get her attention, and I put my hand up. She got them started. She was going to the front of the store. She took the long way. This motherfucker literally went around all of the aisles. Like, bro, I was just gonna ask you, you know what I mean? Can you unlock the baby food?
Where are the eggs? Like something simple.
Just get somebody to
Can you
unlock the
unlock
baby
the
food,
eggs?
bro. That's all I'm
Yeah,
asking, bro.
All right, let's go over these comments and move on to the next topic. Unc said Bill Clinton was a political celebrity. He went on Arsenio Hall show and played the saxophone for black people. I wasn't just speaking about Trump. That's a big political celebrity we forget about, like because we was kids when he was.
No, but he was big.
But he was like, and everybody was calling him black. Y'all remember that?
That was the first motherfucker that had hot sauce.
Everybody kept talking about he was the first black president. Before Obama, they were saying he was the first black president.
But he wasn't.
Of course he was.
No, stupid thing to say, bro. I hate it. It got on my nerves that we said that. That was just a stupid thing to say.
We actually should do an unpack one day and see the policies over the last 5 presidents, maybe.
That would be fun.
Oh, I'm coming to that one because I want to see.
And then Lisa Mix. This was in reference to what was we just talking about?
Popeyes.
Popeyes.
Oh yeah, she said, "Laugh my ass off." They can also like you too.
That's why I would get that extra piece of chicken, bro.
You know how to work for that.
You say because black folk love chicken, though.
No, because they like me also when I come in there. Black people like me. That's
and
what
it's funny.
she
We
said.
all in here ate chicken wings just a little bit ago too.
Yeah, them chicken wings.
You got them just hit though.
Hey, shout out them
Johnny
strawberry
walked in,
hot.
Popeyes with his tap dance shoes on.
This nigga in there begging them for his food.
Hey, ma'ams, do you mind if
I can picture it.
I got Popeyes?
Hey, I swear to God,
I sure is hungry. I could use some of that.
Hey, ma'am, I think you got my order wrong.
I'm
Come on,
102
man,
and 102 in that motherfucker. They ain't got an order wrong yet. That's all I'm saying.
I feel it.
Bro, I don't know why we talking about the cool shit, bro. That man, what's his name on the Boondocks? What's his name?
Uncle Ruckus.
Bro, when he told Martin Luther King to get his banana peeling hands off, bro, that shit was hilarious, bro. That was hilarious. All right.
That's one of my favorite
It's
episodes.
hilarious.
Oh man,
bro.
who's topically on real?
Mine, yeah.
All right, let's get
So
it.
mine might be a little bit. Well, no, that was pretty controversial. That was a healthy conversation. So my question for the week is going to be: who do you think is to blame for BBLs? And I'm going to broaden that to say, where do you think, or who's to blame for this fake culture thing?
The rappers. It's rappers.
So you just blaming it on hip hop?
Hip hop.
Oh, not hip hop. Rappers. That's different. Those are two different things in my opinion.
With the rappers, yeah, like the the rappers. I ain't talking about Common and J.I.
Yeah, that's hip hop.
I ain't talking about them rappers. I'm talking about Gucci Man and Young Thug.
So,
I'm talking about them rappers.
Is it the South?
No, I could Blueface go into that. It's West Coast rappers that are part of the problem too. But I will say,
so we're on the same page. My man Johnny is blaming hip hop for BBLs.
I'm blaming hip hop. Well, and our fascination,
rap music,
and our fascination.
I wanted to blame white folk. I got an argument. I got an argument now.
How you blaming the people with no ass?
Everybody forget what the name of it was before it was called BBL. Like before we just started saying BBL. It's a Brazilian butt lift. And that was around. I was hearing Brazilian butt lift in the 90s, and
I ain't hear that.
It wasn't us that was getting them. Like,
oh yeah, no, I did. I can't. Wish I would have remembered the name, but
no, it's like I say, it's the rappers. It's our fascination with.
So you blaming the men?
Yes, because the men
didn't. Oh, so you blaming men? That's an even more direct.
But it's men of hip hop. I don't think the average man really cares about B. Like we've all said that we're not fans of B. We prefer natural bodies. But
yeah, but what about
when you're a rapper and you have to have a woman that looks good and it's a certain lifestyle that you have to live up to.
Knock that.
And the women that want to be the women that want to be with the guys that live that lifestyle, they go out and get the BBL, and then it gets glorified. And of course, but it all comes down to hip hop culture. That's it.
He said you gonna blow that house down, bro. He said you came with that straw.
No, that ain't straw. That's wood. That's wood.
All right. So I'm tasked with I feel like not saying I specifically agree with this, but I feel like the harder argument would be to blame white folk. So I'm gonna take it on myself to try and blame white folk. So speaking of like BBLs, to me, I haven't seen it, I guess, gain relevance or prevalence until kind of it being pushed. You kind of hinted at hip hop culture, but inside like mainstream media,
stripper culture,
in which, like, if I'm to look at what is promoted, who consumes, and who is in control of it, I think that there's a fair argument to make, like the what is it? How would you say it? Fantasization of like the Hottentot, quote unquote, Sarah Bartman black body, inside like these stereotypical manners in which, whether you want to go like the Jewish media, whether you want to go, because again, if you look at who's consuming hip hop inside the masses, whether it's the female or the whatchamacallit, it's not us.
It don't be no whole bunch of white girls at the Sexy Red show. It's Sukiyana. They be a bunch of black women,
but they be at the Nikki. But they be at the Nikki.
The toxic.
That's like saying like ain't no white folk at the Gucci Man show, like the early Gucci Man show.
Of course not. But we're talking about a specific. We talking about a specific sector of hip hop, and it's being glorified.
No, I'm blaming the media. I'm just blaming media in general.
So you saying that we don't own the media, so it's not on us. We can blame the white man.
Yeah, who's pushing the narrative of what this infantilization of woman and curves and black body looks like? Because of we all sit here and understand that none of us like and believe in like BBLs and want the BBL XY.
Except for Taylor Swift, she need one.
She needs something.
She need one, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. So Taylor Swift
Some
can
of
use
us be
that
needing
joke.
some help.
Oh, so y'all,
sitting on
so
their back.
I know that
my
boy.
bad. I didn't know that we was a pro BBL podcast.
No,
now I'm learning.
I know that boy
It's a
Travis
joke.
Kelsey ain't happy.
Yeah, it was a joke, but
That boy Travis ain't happy.
Taylor Swift definitely could use it, bro.
But what if the box crazy? Niggas
back
forget
long
about
as
that.
fuck.
What she lack in the back, she packing the cat.
Yeah. Listen, if the cat crazy, listen, what the fuck you mean? Yeah, right.
What she lack in the back.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I was thinking about something though. If you notice, black women really started getting them butt lifts after the white girls started having ass. When the white girls,
That's not true. I think,
white girl ass.
I
popped on the
truly would
scene.
probably blame Nikki closer than it.
You don't remember when
if I was to really like,
you don't remember when that white girl ass popped on the scene? No, they wouldn't have.
that's only
ass,
recently.
but
That's Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Ludacris had a line. He said, "I'm the new phenomenon, like white women with ass." That was like an 04.
Yeah, that's all. Like they started popping out with ass. Like
I don't remember them. Unless it was like thicker, like volleyball, like. But they,
you
like, the
definitely
white
knew
women
the
used to
volleyball
wait. They used
them
to work
volleyball
for it.
joints always got it.
But I also don't like.
They used to do squats for it.
Yeah, but I also don't really like those because it don't feel like it don't seem like it got enough jiggle. Like I don't really like track bodies.
You got more jiggle than a BBL.
No, it don't because it's muscle.
But it's after it. You know they got to heal first, and then they.
But that
get
BBL
more.
be like a brick back there, bro.
You done hit the new BBL.
It ain't soft.
The new BBL?
I don't know if it was new. I don't know if it was
So
certified.
you done paid for the old BBL.
I have not paid for nothing. I've just seen them in action.
But you done pop one with the BBL.
I
I ain't take you as a BBL level.
I mean, sometimes you know, hey, look.
What are you saying? I don't know what you're saying.
Talking about
Hey, look, like I ain't gonna turn one down. Like I mean, like you got preferences.
You drop the BBL joint off.
Or implants or whatever you call it. Yeah. Well, look, like I don't know the difference between a BBL and like the butt implants.
I don't know. I think that's the same thing.
Because the butt implants are hard. Now
I don't know, bro.
I don't
I think BBL is when they take like fat from another spot.
Like so I think that might be different than what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because I was talking specifically about
because at first Nikki had the implants.
And those are trash.
And then like those are
the
pop.
implants are trash.
And then like
now the BBL, like I gotta go back and do some research, like Lil Reese.
Unpack the episode BBLs. We'll unpack BBL.
Johnny a wild BBL boy.
I said Caucasian women have been getting butt lifts, but they were not getting badonkadonks like these black girls are.
That's my favorite word in the English language.
Badonkadonk. I forgot about that word.
He said the reason why Caucasian women did not have behind was because a lot of them were bulimic, and that was a hidden secret for years. When they stopped doing it, they had natural woman body.
Huh.
What's bulimic?
Like when
it's
like for a
like
while
anorexic. It's like
yeah, pretty much
anorexic.
Yeah, they had the eating disorder. I do think that there's a bit of truth to the idea, like white women always like their ideal body was as skinny as you could.
Oh, for sure.
In which black women, it was curved still.
Yeah, I
like it was like
she
she thick,
ask,
she got
make
an
my
ass,
butt
she
look
got
fat?
it. You know what I mean? Like those are the things that
black women was on it. It was a skinny thing in the night. I've been watching Apollo, and it like when I say like watch like Soul Train or Apollo, something like that. Just watch the episodes through the years. You learn a lot of stuff about what was actually going on. You learn a lot about what was going on.
Y'all used to like skinny girls in the 90s.
It was a thing.
I always remember like
yeah,
the
like
the
the Ashley Banks era.
Yeah, think about
Like
when you
Ashley
did see
Banks era.
what's it
I don't
called
think
with the
Ashley
Ashley
Banks
Soul
was when he
Train.
dropped off.
When you did see
Bro,
Soul
Ashley Banks
Train,
was one of the ones.
all the
I don't think
girls
the niggas
in that
was,
joint
like,
was
kinda
thick.
Yeah,
You ain't really see no thick joints on the Soul Train joint.
like what
Think
an ass
about
used
it.
to be.
They ain't really, they wasn't thick.
You talking about like in
Like-
the 70s?
Like back in the
I'm
day,
talking
an
about-
ass was different. Like a woman who had an ass, it was a different thing. It
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah, it
like
wasn't
the ass up to date.
like
Oh no,
now
so I
big.
guess what I'm saying is that to my understanding, and even if you're looking at like say House Party and all these different movies from like the era, or what are some of like the Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor movies and shit like that. I always like when I look back at it, what I realized is that what they called thick back then was different.
Completely different.
And like they
They'd like
still
look
was
at her
thinking-
ass and it'd be a slim booty.
right, but it was still like look at her ass. And
Yeah.
for like that time, that was a thick ass or a big ass or something like that.
It was
I
just
think
the right. You know what I mean? It's not really as big.
But I don't
thick
know
as
if
you want.
It was more about proportions.
I don't think
was
that
dimensions.
I disagree still. I guess everything that I think our dimensions are way off now. So so throw away everything that we're like in comparison to now. But I only know of like having a big ass being a complimentary thing, but most girls didn't have a big ass. But anytime it was like a big ass, and this is as early as I can remember. But if you look at all the old movies and shit like that, shorty with the body and the red dress used to be like almost like a thing in almost every single movie.
I'm gonna tell you one I remember specifically because they was talking about her ass. I think it was the movie with Kevin Hart and Benny Siegel and Stacey Dash. I can't remember the name.
State Property?
No, Toy Soldiers.
Toy Soldiers.
Yeah,
Toy Soldiers.
And they was talking. They was showing her ass, and that was an ass back then. I think it was that.
Stacey was like that back in the day.
Oh, Stacey was definitely like that back in the day.
We don't like Stacey no more. But back in the day,
yeah, I'm talking about back in the day, Stacey. We in
Do we
96.
still not like her? Because she just was like early on the conservative train. Niggas
don't
might
know.
like her now.
do we like Stacey?
I don't.
I don't know.
It wasn't the conservative train that got her. It was some other stuff she was
What
saying.
else
She
was
just
it? I
like-
only knew that she
It
was like
how
far
she
on
had
the
said it. Like she
conservative
was just she
was the early
she was,
Trumper. She was
it was one thing being conservative, but just putting down black people was the thing. And it was like she kind
That's
of
what
was
black
on some stuff
conservatives
like,
do all the time.
I guess I understand it more so.
She ain't
now.
no
This
worse
was
than
some years ago.
Candace.
Yeah, she not.
No, I fuck with Candace.
And that's the whole thing.
Candace
I
is
still
my
don't
thing.
understand now. I
Candace
kind
too.
of yeah.
I grew to like Candace too.
Yeah,
So you can grow
I
up
just
like
think that
Stacey too.
I just don't like hearing
Yeah,
her talk
honestly,
about.
I don't
like,
even know what
relationship
she did.
I don't remember what we
What,
so
Candace?
mad.
No, Stacey.
I
I
don't
don't
remember
know what.
anything
I don't
did.
know.
She was
nothing about it.
Republican before it was cool to be Republican.
Yeah, but so I can forgive her for that.
Oh yeah, I can forgive her for that because
Yeah,
I
we
was
was talking
blind.
about her ass anyway, so I don't want to take the
Focus
yeah,
off
yeah,
of
yeah.
her.
Take a focus
body.
off her ass.
Yeah, because back in the day, she had what was considered an ass, but today it would not be considered that.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I mean,
And
we
that's
just
what I'm saying.
We
That's
talk
what
about
slow.
shit that don't matter.
we
Her,
just off,
her
bro.
beliefs
The
and her
proportion is
character.
just that we be that they and I don't
Worry
even
about
know.
her beliefs.
Yeah, I don't care about her beliefs. Her
You know the
character.
crazy thing?
Yeah,
The
like,
crazy thing is,
I
I
niggas
believe.
objectifying.
I wonder.
No, wow, objectifying.
I wonder.
I want to see them titties.
Hey, I
look,
wonder
this is
if,
being
if it's
broadcast
ever
on
really
Facebook.
like
We can't say
if people actually are getting better results.
Uh-oh.
Because I already understand that you're gonna get more results if you have the BBL. But I want better results. Like, do you believe that they're putting themselves in position for marriage, or is it just really just steal attention?
You done got dropped off 10 times.
You definitely catching more
you ain't
bodies
got
than
one,
you
you ain't
ever
got
caught
one husband.
at
You
that
got
point.
dropped off 10 times.
You
since
got
the
more
BBL.
potentials for sure. But I don't think
I
that
think
like
that-
dudes that really be on their P's and Q's, they don't really be
I'm not
into that.
marrying a chick just because she got a BBL.
I'm not messing
But
with one with the BBL.
I don't know if like where a BBL getter's target demographic in general also.
It's not marriage.
So, well, I'm just saying like I don't think that like so none of us would, but we're also not the people that they're aiming at. If that makes any sense. You
So
was
when you say that, what do you think they're aiming at?
Scammers.
I think that so one
Niggas
like
with diamond chains.
well, all right. So am I answering what do I think that she's aiming at as in like a relationship man or like
The
what is her
guy. What does he
end
what does he
goal?
look like? What does he look like?
Like so I imagine the BBL, the average BBL getter is going to be a woman that's looking to get probably like the low-hanging fruit version of the high value men. So that's going to be your entertainers, your rappers, people that got quick money fast. The scammers, XYZ.
Man got Wells Fargo
But hold on, my thing is that-
or
but
likely
You
because
do
I
know
think
you
that
still ugly in the face though, right?
And Citibank tap in.
you said talking about them being ugly in the
Yeah, I
face.
mean, because you just because you got a BBL ain't go, that doesn't help you get that guy because you could be not have a
Oh
big
yes,
ass
it
and
was
get
like
that
it's
guy.
mad niggas that fuck bitches that don't look that attractive in the face.
But why would you
and
have that
a-
kind of money and drop off joints that are unattractive in the
You might be
face?
ugly in your face too.
It don't matter. I got money. What difference it make what I look like?
So
Why would you be dropping
you don't
off
think that, like-
unattractive faces if you got money?
because
you
if
might
most
not- you
men
might
don't
have a
really
face
care
only
about
a
like,
mother
the,
could
like
love.
as long as the face is a 5 or 4, most guys
That's crazy,
aren't
bro.
crazy.
If you're a millionaire dropping off 5s and 4s, my
In the
nigga,
face, not the whole
you
package.
need to go seek counseling, bro.
Because now it's some five in the face.
You need help,
It's
bro.
some girls that's 5 and 4 in the face. The body be 11 and a half.
Bro,
I'm trying to see what he be like. I
Bruh.
don't care. Like it's a couple.
But,
Like,
but if
like,
I
we're getting
if
in
I
pretend
got
land
if I'm a
if we act like that's not
millionaire,
right.
now I understand Johnny,
I'm talking,
Johnny,
I'm talking about it. I'm talking
Millionaire
regular
Cam
folk.
Newton
I'm talking about a
married
12.
a stripper with kids. Yes, they do that.
what she look like,
I don't fucking know. She had 2 kids
Okay.
and was a stripper.
bro? But she,
Okay.
I think that
Oh
that's
yeah, but I
different.
don't even think like she's
That's
crazy.
different.
She's not even
My
crazy.
thing is,
bad.
bro, the
it's
body
different if
bad
she
enough.
And
ugly
she
in
ain't
the
even
face.
got a crazy body.
But
either.
the only thing I was
Oh,
talking
you
about was
crazy.
ugly in the face.
But I'm saying if the
That's
body,
the only point I made was ugly in the face.
Right, but niggas will ugly in the face don't mean nothing if she got a crazy body.
Right.
We see it all the time.
Like,
But if I'm
like
a
to
millionaire,
be honest, most women that's ugly in the face and got a crazy body are doing way better than skinny flat with a pretty face.
Yep, because that personality still go a
They
long
got
way.
personality.
Like-
That's the thing, and that's what matters.
Well,
most.
that and then niggas just want to keep fucking them longer. It's just the reality of it.
That ugly pussy be different.
She got a great person. She got a great personality.
But like
that's
it's
what
the
matters
facts.
most.
Like pretending like niggas only care about how pretty the face is a
no, that ain't
gross-
what I said.
Because I ain't taking a 10
No,
in the
no,
face
but
and a 0 in the
I
body.
think that again, the woman with the crazy body is usually fares way better than the girl with just the pretty face.
I got a
Yup.
question, real.
But you talking about fares better with more Johnsons, right?
What fuck we?
I'm talking about like
Nobody
like
said anything about
a dude
Jones.
going to usually fuck her longer.
No,
That's what I'm talking about. Like they're gonna
he's
get
talking
whatever
about, we're talking about
they're
Johnson.
gonna get whatever they're looking for, and that's why I said like the finding out because I also don't even know like a woman
got
getting a BBL.
What
got
up,
it.
guy? I will
I'm
say,
gonna say, if you are a man with money and you are an ass man, you don't care what her face look like.
Right.
I
because
agree.
because
I
her head will be down in the pillow majority of the time.
Face
when y'all
down,
together anyway.
ass
It's
up.
gonna be
That's the
about
way I
four- I
like
think
it.
about like
I can't, like I've always been a face guy.
Real. So
I like
say-
pretty girls,
so-
bro. I don't like
what
ugly
you picking
girls,
first?
bro.
What you picking first? A 10 in the face and a 2 in the body, or a 2 in the face and a 10 in the body? What you?
Bro,
what
I'm
you
gonna go
taking
with
first?
I'm gonna go with the face, bro.
And a
Right.
2 in the body. You crazy?
Yes, bro.
That
Then a
two, that
a
two in the face with the 10
bro?
in the body.
Bro, what do you mean? Hey, what you call it? What you call it? What we used to call them? The trash bag, paper bag joint. Yeah, nah, bro. I ain't
But you
on
gotta
that. I
ask,
ain't
is
on
she
that
a
like
cute
that.
too,
So
though?
you gonna be a you gonna be with a
She
Taylor
is
Swift.
Cute too.
You gonna be with a Taylor
Hey.
Swift.
Now you just leave her at home. You never let
I
nobody
don't
know
like
you.
white
You just let her
Talking
stay
about
home.
Taylor Swift body though.
Ain't no
like
pictures
straight
on
back.
Yeah, no, bro. What I'm saying is that I don't
Maybe I need to
prioritize.
pull up Taylor
It
Swift.
ain't
body.
that. It ain't that. No, I ain't going with. I ain't going. If you can't just give me that choice, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, yeah, no. I don't even know if Taylor Swift. If you put a line of white girls up and you, which one's Taylor Swift? I wouldn't fucking know.
I know what a face looks like.
This
Yeah,
one
I
right
wouldn't
here.
know though. So
You see that butt?
where?
The one on the left got a little curve to it.
Hey, hold on, wait a minute. What's the one on the left?
I guess she got a little bit. Let me put this up for the people to see real quick.
Hey, y'all get that off our screen for Umar clock in, man.
Yeah, she gained. I guess she gained a little bit more. Oh, somebody said suddenly packing more back. That's what it say, that she gained a little bit more.
Shit, Taylor might have a BBL.
Maybe she been hanging out with Ice Spice.
Where they would
Nah,
have
them
got the
last
facts
pictures
from?
you been
That
showing.
was just for. I bet she ain't talked to Ice Spice since the Super Bowl.
Look at the level on the back.
Good grief. Hey, you know what she
No,
looked
that's
like
not
there?
real, bro. That can't be real.
Hey, you know what she looked like there? I remember them worms off Men in Black.
Hey, I used to say that's what Black China looked like with her joint. With the
Nah, that looked like the
BBL joint.
motherfucker for real.
All right, well, yeah. What were we at? Yeah, nah, bro. I ain't going with the 2 in the face, bro. I'm okay on the 2 in the face, bro.
So you can go with the 2 in the body.
All right,
I
so
think
who
the
would
2
you
in the
blame
body
for
over the
BBLs?
face,
I
bro.
guess that's what we got to get back to.
Oh, who
are
we
you
blaming the BBLs?
Why is it the women's fault?
No. I think that it's our. Well, at this point, it's kind of
Set 'em up.
it's almost like, is it the media? Because at the end of the day, women are
I
doing
brought them
it.
to the white folk. Let's
No.
go.
Because think about it. Because think about this. Women are doing it for men,
Oh, yeah,
but men don't prefer them.
Uh huh. So
You
they,
see what I'm saying? So like,
they're
what
just
do
being
you?
fed an image or something.
It's really kind of in the air. I fucking don't. I think they're doing it for themselves.
That's really what I think.
How come
At
ain't
least
no
they're just
flat
doing it
ass
for
girls?
themselves.
But I think they're doing it. Well, damn. I guess
They don't
they're
want-
literally kind of doing because it's like the lashes. To an extent, they're doing the lashes for themselves.
All of that
Guys
shit for
Guys
themselves.
don't really care about the lashes.
None of that shit.
We
Yo,
answered none of
purses,
it.
none of that shit.
But they gonna do it anyway.
That's what I'm saying. They doing it for
It's
themselves.
because like it's like they swag. Like sometimes like us is like we do certain shit for ourselves.
Exactly, like put big booty girls in videos. Like how do rappers do that? If it's the media, how come rappers put the big booty, the BBLs in the videos? Because that's what we like.
Oh,
But I mean, you don't really see BBLs in the
Yes.
video.
Like, absolutely
Yes.
trying to
Do y'all
prove
be seeing
my point.
BBLs in
No.
the videos, or are they still? They're just
I
nice
don't know, most
looking.
videos now don't really have like video evictions. It's like
They don't have
quick cuts
BBLs.
and guns and drugs and shit.
But I'm saying, if you think about the videos,
Last time you-
unless you're talking about like
All
some
of
tip drill shit or something, maybe I don't know. But like
When was
when
the
you
last
talk
like
about,
taking ass video that wasn't like a female rapper?
Yeah, I don't know.
That wasn't a
well,
female.
I think
rapper.
the baby
Yeah,
had
because,
one
like-
too, didn't
With a baby that had one bop.
he? Yeah, Bop.
Give
No,
me
no,
some
no, that
chick with
one-
some bopping. Like baby, they had a few of them.
No, the baby that last one that went
Oh
crazy.
yeah, the fire truck one, right?
I
you know how they
ain't
dance
know.
with
I
the
ain't-
fire
fire truck.
truck.
I just assumed
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was-
Oh, the ghetto girls. Something.
Hands underneath. That's
Yeah, hands
that's
on
the
knees.
part. All right, so
I was just assuming that
I
had. I
agree.
ain't seen the video.
I agree. Probably has females in it.
Yeah.
But that's one out of, and then think about most of the rest of the rappers.
Oh, no, for sure,
Most
for
of
sure.
it's like drilling and guns and shit. Like Lil Baby ain't having.
It's because
females
Diddy
in the
done put
video.
on the whole industry. They
Hey,
all
it's
like
crazy
It's
when you
just
say
like
that.
just a bunch of
Wait a minute,
guys.
so you saying
Hey,
the
niggas
video
doing
vixen
gun,
ain't a
doing
thing no
gun.
more?
Who
hands
are
and
the
stuff.
new video? Like who are the video vixens?
Meek Mill.
Yeah.
Going crazy. He going crazy.
Oh man, let me stop, bro. I'm over today.
Go ahead, not Tone. Johnny, you was about to say something.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
Hey, we can wrap that one up. That was fun. I think we would have fun with
I
that
think
one.
we made this. We got some comments. What the-
Oh well, Lisa was just laughing. I don't know which part she was laughing at.
Man, it was pretty funny. I
Yeah,
was
it was pretty
hoping that
funny.
we
It
would
was
get
few of
some
them.
humor out of the conversation.
My Sharon said, I agree. It's just a show, and most women is, I don't know if she meant down or dumb.
Probably dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. But I also would say like,
Well, she might mean most women is down for the show. I don't know. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
But
like a motherfucker.
I'm
Johnny.
assuming.
Stretch Armstrong.
Well, no, it's D-O.
But
No,
I
I
also
get
would
what you're
say
saying.
I don't think most women are getting BBLs. Either.
Oh, for sure. That's
Like,
not.
and that's why I said like I think that it's such a very small group that's targeting like a very specific group. And I also don't even know if like they're getting BBLs to get a guy as much as like be a part of a specific lifestyle.
Yeah, it's
that multiple guys that they're trying to talk to will provide for them. Like most of like the BBL podcast,
Bro,
shits,
it's hard
it's
for me to
about like having a
believe.
bunch of niggas that's doing tricking on you.
Bro, it's
usually
still
getting
hard for me to
rappers.
believe that a nigga making $1 million a year, like a millionaire, that's like,
How about the
you
ones that's
would
making
be-
like 50, 60 million are like what's
But
that secret arrangement shit
gotta
where they're
be
like paying the
kidding
women and
me
shit?
where this nigga gonna get a two
What's
in
that
the
website
face,
with the
bro?
motherfucker got in trouble? Madison.
I don't
Yeah,
believe it,
they
bro.
like the thing is people with a bunch of money typically will throw the money as the thing to fuck.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like they have sex
I
with
get
porn
that.
stars.
I get
They
that,
have
but I'm
sex with,
talking
like-
about, but you're talking about people that are like beautiful women.
What is?
But you talking about ducks? You said a two in the face
No, I think that
for a
it's usually
body.
more, I think it's
That's-
more
you
body
talking
than
about
anything.
ducks, bro.
I think it's more. But I think women, when it comes to the pay game, when you get into the low hanging fruit, high value guys, the women with the body are the
Bruh,
ones
that's
that win.
crazy, bro. It's hard for me to believe.
And a lot of
but
times
I,
it be
I'm
like
not,
the bad.
it ain't no
looking
way
women.
for
Those,
me
and
to
those
know.
ain't the women that watch CNN either.
Yeah, it'd be like the bad breast implants with the BBL and like Cat Stacks. She won,
I don't know.
but she was so ugly in the face, but she had the bad breast
What did
implants.
she win?
And the game of extorting a bunch of millionaires.
Yeah, she got. How she get famous? She did something.
Just extorting
Bro, I do
millionaires.
wonder what these millionaires be thinking when they choose.
Yeah,
women.
they
But
that's crazy, bro.
but somehow they all
Well, they
win
pay
at
him to
it.
be quiet. Like
Then they be dating the
Like,
same
they-
women, and
over and over. Yeah,
I don't get it.
and they all be made up. They don't be explicitly attractive.
I think
Like,
a lot.
Blac
I think
Chyna's
a
not-
lot of it
Blac
has to do
Chyna's
with their
not
ability to
explicitly
shut up.
But
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
doesn't
but-
ran the gambit.
But she's not a. She's by far not a two. She's
Well,
she's
you're
definitely
stuck on
over.
two. She's
She's.
like,
You probably
she's
got to
probably
give her
about
because if we ain't
5.
gonna do a 7, I would give her because we don't do 7. I would give her like a 6 or it's gonna be. It ain't nowhere below a 6, bro. In the face.
Blac Chyna,
We got some clarification.
just regular
there, too.
regular black. Nah, I ain't giving it that.
She was saying,
especially before the BBL and before the surgery. Nah.
She was saying, I agree it's a show, and most women is trying to impress each other.
Yeah,
I agree.
And then Aunt just sent another one. He said one of the worst quotes a rapper ever said is, "It ain't tricking if you got it. They are a
Facts.
pimp's dream because you can't trick
Facts.
unless you got it. Rappers are a pimp dream."
What is it? Because it's a popular thing. Even like the whole red pill shit be built. Like, is it paying a stipend? Like, what is it? Giving girls allowance and shit like that. Like, these aren't like these are girls that guys just like fucking over and over, and they're paying it.
And if you a regular dude, if a girl getting an allowance from a rapper, you ain't got no chance with that. You might like you gotta get
Step
that
up.
up. That,
All right,
cause she ain't gonna go back.
If she pretty enough, she might make the girlfriend list of like that guy. But
All
the
right.
one they giving that allowance, the one Zion Williamson, there goes another one.
Yeah,
He ain't doing nothing but having sex with basic porn star women that's a little fluffy.
What are they
And
ugly?
they don't look like Mariah Mills is not in it. Like she's 4 to 5.
She's a porn star.
Yeah.
Look up her porn.
You gonna
I'm
give
not
me-
gonna look up her
She's
porn,
got
bro.
a fix.
Look up her porn.
I'm trying to get away from porn, bro.
It's gonna pop
I'm
up
just
soon as
messing,
you
bro.
type that in.
Mara Mills.
Yeah, you type her in.
Go
it
to a
is gonna
Twitter
pop that
page,
up.
big
Yeah.
dog.
I'm just going to images.
Trying to see it with it.
Yeah, she's.
She mad basic. That's what I'm saying.
No, I mean, but you can say that she's cute in face, but the body is just her body's actually very ugly. It's OD.
Hey, don't let Zion hear that, man.
I was like,
You got
just
pop
because-
Zion, big ass.
like, just because guys get money don't mean that they still love a lot of low hanging fruit shit.
All right, fellas, we got about
Yeah,
15 more
yeah.
minutes we can do. If y'all want to get into the third conversation or what y'all want to do?
Yeah, it's cool.
Let's
man.
do it.
All
Cause
right,
yeah, that's my conversation. I ain't had a conversation. I ain't
in a minute. So let's
It's
get
been a
it.
while. But my topic of the week, y'all seen the Umar, the meme, nigga versus nigger. I don't even like saying the hard R. That shit don't feel right. But is the word nigga is that black inferiority complex and the fact that we are so attached to it. And if it is in black inferiority complex, should we stop saying it?
Did y'all want to play that meme real quick?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, play. Yeah, that'll give it a little more context.
The power of the N-word, we control that.
I would say that we did.
I still think we do. If there's not a white person that can come out here and say nigga, we gonna be on their head.
I don't know about that. And to our own detriment, I think we have normalized that word to the point.
Musically.
Which means culturally. I've seen white women come and try to argue that calling me Karen is equal to calling you the N-word.
We're not even gonna entertain that. That's silly. I don't even respect the whole term, the N-word. The word nigger and the word nigga are two completely different words.
We have a guest speaker, and I say we got a nigga coming to the stage. Is anybody expecting an attorney, a surgeon, a doctor, a psychologist? When you use the word N-I-double-G-A, do you really believe that anybody, black or white, expects the person attached to that title to be something that children can look up to? And if the answer is no, N-I-double-G-A is just as disgraceful as N-I-double-G-E-R.
The power of the N-word.
Yeah, that was.
Before we get into it, it's kind of crazy. Nick Cannon got canceled for his last podcast, and then he's back again with the podcast called Cancel Culture. That's interesting.
Nah, he missed a middle finger up to them folks.
Now he apologized to them white folks.
What he did. Man, he came back.
Yeah,
he got mind control over them white folks. He be quiet when they come around.
But when they leave,
he gonna start another podcast. but see, the reason I brought that up is because, like, I mean, we've even been challenged on here to not say the word for a time, and in the past, I've been one of the ones where it's music, it's part of our culture. We deserve to say we've taken back the power. We ain't taking back the power of that word. White people still run this country. Like, what power have we taken back from the word? Like what have we done for us to be like, we've taken the power back from them folks? If they say a white person call you nigga right now, you're gonna be mad. Yeah, they ain't take no power away from that word. So for us just saying it, it just shows that we live in this white supremacist country where we feel like nigga. Because even like older people in my dad, only time I've ever heard him say the word is when he was mad at somebody, and he called me a nigga. I know I done fucked up. My dad called me a nigga. I'm like, oh shit, I done messed up this time. I'm a nigga. I'm a stupid that. Like, I'm fucked up. So like, and he grew up in that struggle. So he don't have no like respect on it. It's something that even like when black people used to call each other that, it started out of a black inferiority complex. You only said that to another black person that you was mad at, that you had animosity towards. You didn't say that out of love, like that's my nigga. That's a stupid nigga over there. That's how black people started using it. Then eventually it got into the music, and we wanted to say we've done this, but if we ain't changed our societally or our position in this country, we argue that we're worse off than we were 50, 60 years ago when it comes to, you know, our position in this country. how can we say that we've taken the power away from it when if a white person says it, we still mad? They still got all the power in that word because they can piss us off by saying it. And if that's the case, then we shouldn't say it. Like, I don't feel comfortable. Like when I'm around white people, I don't feel comfortable saying it. So that tells me I probably shouldn't be saying it, just in general, because I wouldn't call you a nigga in front of white people. So why would I call you one when they ain't here?
I realized something anyway. I didn't pay attention to it, but I was just sitting there thinking, I don't think I've called any of my partners. Like if I refer to a nigga, it like in the past few years, if I refer to a nigga, it's like I can't stand these niggas. Like, and it's referring to somebody who's doing some ignorant stuff. Like, I don't even feel comfortable at this point really referring to my homies like, nah, that's my nigga. I don't say that when I refer to y'all. It'd be that's my guy, that's my dude right there.
That's
like
my brother. That's
that's my brother. I don't
that's
say my nigga no more, bro.
Yeah, I think that in general, like I don't necessarily say I don't necessarily use it in that
I gotta
context.
get better.
But if
like
if you said something that I just strongly like, nigga, you know what I mean, in
it
that
bring
type of
up-
way, it can,
And I
you
guess
know what I
that's
mean.
Like would you say it in front of
would
a
that be
room
a
full of
noun?
white people? Like we saw me, and it's 20 white people in the room. And it's me and you. What's up, my? You ain't doing that.
But we don't say
crazy,
what's
though.
up, my nigga.
Yeah, like,
we don't
that's not-
say
that's
that.
not a green, like,
We don't even say that. No,
we
like
be
that's
doing
not a thing.
like that's almost like a '90s parody or something.
Now,
Like,
how you just
hey,
did,
my nigga.
that's more so the
Yeah.
because I definitely have called white people nigga too.
Yeah, and it's
like I've been in the car, like in the car, somebody cut me off, nigga. Like it don't matter who it is. I don't know who you are. You just a nigga in the car. Like I don't like Like I think that's different though than just like using it in language. And I have noticed that I don't use that typically anymore unless I'm referring to a certain type of nigga.
And the thing is to say that I say it in certain capacity. That ain't mean to say that I don't agree that we should just let it go. I you know what I mean. I'll be willing to say that if I'm willing to try anything that's gonna make us look better and be better people and have a better community. If not saying the word nigga, I'd fuck it, bro.
It ain't that serious.
It ain't that
it's not that
serious,
serious,
bro.
though. It's
I'll
no
let that
attachment to
motherfucker go, bro.
It's just years of unlearning.
Yeah, just that's the thing. It ain't gonna be the easiest thing to do.
I unconsciously let the nigga go.
Then too, think about how much stuff we refer to as nigga though. Anything can be like about a lot of stuff can be a nigga.
Yeah, no, a lot of stuff.
One of
I
these
gotta
cameras
stop
can be
saying
nigga.
so much. Yeah.
Man, this nigga right here, dog. We can be talking about the camera. Like it's a lot of stuff there first, but like in reference to people, though, I think it does benefit us more to not use that word nowadays.
You know, get mad like when you call a white person a nigga and they get mad. Don't call me that.
Oh yeah, I like doing that.
Hey, I remember when I first got on the Xbox Live joint, them little boys, they love to talk about nigga. You know what I mean? When you play in the game, I start calling them niggas, bro, because I got nice. You know what I mean? When I got nice on the game, them same white boys, or when you start killing them and calling them niggas, because it ain't no big thing to me. But me calling you that motherfucker, you in your feelings, motherfucker logging out and everything.
I ain't gonna lie, I was
You
playing
see
Call
it.
of Duty online one time, and the motherfucker called them shits nigga ports. And I ain't never had my feelings hurt so bad, bro. Call new ports, nigga ports. I was like,
Did you hear that Joe Rogan asked
that's pretty funny.
that nigga Joe
That
Rogan?
shit's so
I
different.
watched it.
That's funny. I just said the nigga Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan just asked Cat Williams, why do you black people smoke menthols, Newports?
Bro, the way Cat Williams asked the question, I was like, "Thank you for doing
Yeah,
this."
he was
How
like,
black
just
people would
he
look
pretty
at
much
you.
let him know that's a racist question. But the reason why he was saying that black people like the upper echelon, the creme de la creme of a thing. So
Well, no, he
the
said the
menthol,
strongest.
Yeah,
and it's just the strongest, and it's like you know what I mean, the best.
No,
I
that's
don't
the
know if that's
thing.
what he was saying.
No, but maybe it was just strongest.
He
Just
went
in
malt
strength.
liquor as well.
I think so too. Yeah, you're right.
Have y'all ever seen that thing about like where it says how to sell to the Negro?
Yeah.
Where they talk about like
that was
name
obviously
brand
really
and all that.
But real quick, because we should have hit on that Cat Williams, Joe Rogan shit. But that was a really interesting conversation because they actually didn't. And at that moment, you could tell Joe Rogan was trying to get him into joking mode, right? Like just being jokey, but it was ended up being like a 3-hour serious conversation.
Yeah,
I ended up having to put it on like 1.3 or 1.5 or something like that speed because Cat Williams, like he has two versions of him. It's when he's like quick witty and he's talking fast, or he gonna talk slower than a motherfucker. And he was like inside his slow, methodical talk thing. But they went like they were going like 4 or 5 layers deep on like most things. Where Cat Williams is extremely well read on a lot of different things. So like whether it was like the pyramids and like a lot of back things that went with that, or the world or outer space or solar system. It was very much like a quote unquote conspiracy theory podcast for 3 hours, in which that's also like the realm in which Joe Rogan lives at. And Cat Williams was like
teaching that nigga.
He
was putting him on the shit.
Yeah,
he was having to pull up on the Google because I'm gonna have to read that.
And I think that I don't know, like let me see it. Because this is what I wish did happen. I wish Joe Rogan like was like a little bit more like challenging, so we can get more into like some of the conversations. Like Cat Williams thing, you would say he came on there to like prove a point. So like
he did
anything
that I can do this shit that
it was more so like if you say a thing, I'm gonna disagree with it and then give you this. So like if you counted the amount of times you said no Joseph or no like it was really intentional. But I think that like Joe inside his like inside the whole little thing, especially it being like their first time, and Cat already having like the statement out in the air of like Joe doesn't fuck with me. I think the next conversation they have is gonna be like super duper fire because it's gonna end up being a lot more pushback on different little things. But yeah, like Cat was like he is well read on what he thinks for sure though, and I think that part is really really fire. Johnny, you was about to say something about niggas.
No, I don't use that term no more. I'm done. I am done. I love my niggas. My brothers. I'm gonna say grand.
Niggas for the time.
Grand rising to all the we came back with that. Kings and queens. I'm gonna start referring to people as
that was
kings.
that woke time. It was a beautiful time. You know what I mean? It was fun.
It was rap, but hey, look.
I guess let's pack up these questions and get up out of here, Johnny.
We got a few more.
Comments real quick.
Comments. There we go.
Unc say Nick Cannon lets white people call him the N-word, not verbally, but monetarily they do. It's a lot of black people let white people call them the N-word monetarily.
Yeah, no, I think we
shout out to the University of Miami.
Hey, maybe that's something to unpack in
hurricane season, baby.
Hurricane. Let's just say hurricane season.
Hurricane season.
That's one to unpack. I feel like in our upcoming unpack, letting people verbally, monetarily call you nigga.
Unpack too. I got.
We also signed up for it a lot too. I remember when I was going to the school. One of the professors he asked us, "How many of y'all have turned down the job because of the amount that it paid, or actually counter offered?" And nobody raised their hand. And he was like, that's obviously a problem. You know what I mean? You just accepting what they give you, which you already should know that there's more to give than what they offer.
Negotiation.
But go ahead. We were wrapping up.
Last comment, it said, I didn't allow that to be used in my home, but when kids got older, they used it more than I would have liked.
Yeah, that's
she talking about you.
Yeah, she talking about you.
And only you.
Yeah, hey, put a name on it, Miss Sherry.
My bad, man. I was a rebel. I'm a rebel without a cause.
I told her that she was skipping school too. I told her that she was skipping school with us.
Motherfucking snitch.
I snitched.
I skipped school like 3 times. Actually, I skipped about 3, and I was back.
It was fun.
Bro, you was
for a
snitching
little
on
bit.
Boy?
Yeah,
I only skipped twice. One time was with German. We about got shot.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And you was skipping too?
Bro, that was me.
On him.
I was the
Johnny was
I was
the
the
most.
one. I
was the main one.
Yeah, I was the one, bro.
Hey, Michelle, I was skipping your Thursday, and you wouldn't believe who I saw out there.
Tagging along.
That me and Ian was, we was at every lunch.
Yeah, these
niggas every day.
First and third lunch.
I think I'm alright.
Yeah. You know how many? Good to see all of the girls if you go to every lunch.
You go through first through third.
Yeah,
come on now. You can see all
I
of the
skipped
girls.
2 times my whole high school career, and it was like senior year.
Yeah, see, you couldn't skip. Both of y'all moms was involved with the school.
My mother wasn't involved with school.
She was a band parent.
Shit, my dad worked at the school, and I still skipped.
Your senior
I
year,
still
what she
skipped, like
she got it. Like I know she was like doing the band thing after I left. My senior.
She wasn't with us years.
That was the year.
I thought she was with us. Huh?
My dad worked at the school.
Oh yeah,
that's the year I skipped the most. I'm going getting a pass. Hey, pops, you wouldn't believe what happened. I need a pass. I walk into the pass. Teacher be mad as hell because she know what's up. She know that Pop signature right there. I don't know where this little motherfucker been at. But he got immunity.
I ain't gonna front. I was scared for my mama to find out. And even when I
What?
was skipping my senior year, like it was because I had the way my schedule was set up, I could do that.
Anytime I skipped, I was in the
remember
library.
that 3-piece?
I was in the library doing
Yeah,
extra
I would have been
credit,
scared for
and
you.
I needed a
Fuck around. Don't do it, Tone. Don't do it. Don't come with us, bro.
Bro, even if she would have found out we skipped school that day when we about got shot.
Oh yeah,
anything.
that shit was crazy.
She
bro.
might, you should have shot him twice.
Nah, the dude literally pulled up to us while we was walking up the street and was like, you
And my
ever been
mama let
shot?
a nigga
And
fly
we was
too.
like, nah, he
Don't
said
let
you
it-
want to
don't
get
let it-
shot?
Don't let it fool you. Well, my bad. You talking about
You
that?
No, what was you about to say?
No, I said my mama let a nigga fly too. Don't let her fool you.
Oh, yeah, nah.
My daddy won't. My father won't say that. But my mama let a nigga fly.
We don't want your mom to go off on nobody.
Y'all good?
Yeah, we good, bro.
Hey, you know, speak now, forever hold your peace, or at least
We
till
done,
next
man.
week. I'm gonna wrap it up. Hey, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you still here, please hit the like button, hit that notification button up there. Follow us on all platforms. It's at B2B Fed Show. We on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Threads. I am your host, Johnny P.
Over here, real.
It's Q.
And we out.